What's up, guys? Welcome to SpawnCast, episode 41, right, Evan?
41. Yep, 41.
41. 41. Max is at PAX South. If you follow him on Twitter, you probably see pictures coming from him about him walking around and meeting with people. It looks like it's a good time, but it's a little too far for me. So it's like Texas. But we did have OJ who's going to fill in for him here tonight from PlayerEssence. How you doing, OJ?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Good. And then we, of course, have Sean, RGT85. How you doing, Sean?
Greetings. Doing good.
Yes, and then the ever-joyful Evan is with us tonight, minding the chat and then chiming in now and then.
Yep.
How are you doing, Evan?
Pretty good. Just finished watching Overwatch League Season 1. The first match is done.
Yeah, that's had some weird controversy here and there, but
well,
for the most part, it's I mean, like there was like I saw a thing where there was like it's only guys, there's like no girl or something. And
yeah, but that's more just like a bullshit argument because
oh yeah, I'm sure
they talked about, like, she was like, I didn't want to make that like a thing where I'm now the social focus on that whole subject. So
yeah. Look, if the women could make it into the Overwatch League, they honestly have no problem signing them. You know, like in my opinion, like if they were, like, I don't see where's the controversy yet. In my opinion, but that's just me.
How's it been though, Evan? I haven't watched it all, but how's it been so far?
It's pretty crazy. Some of these first matches, some of the early plays. It was the first time Philly, our local team, was shown. They did really good in their first round, but they shut down in that second one. So,
is it, is there a Baltimore team?
No.
See, I was saying you can switch between them.
Closest
depending on how they do. Okay, that's fine. That'd be good. Is that going to be something you cover in esports wave at some point?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I wanted to convert esports wave back to the business focus because, like I've been telling people, there's too much going on across everything. Where if I look at the business side of it, it's easier to determine like what League of Legends does, what Blizzard will do, what any of these other companies will really pull together to try to move esports forward into the mainstream. Whereas if I'm trying to announce like different tournaments, different teams, it changes so fast that I don't even feel that the sources I get my information from are getting everything. So it's like, I don't know what I want to do yet, but we'll see for the next episode.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. So what have you guys been playing this week? What do we got?
What have I been playing this week?
I don't know. What have you been playing?
For real?
I don't really. You know what I started playing again? Fortnite. I downloaded it. I downloaded it on my PS4 this time so I can play with a couple friends. And we've been playing some Fortnite, aka the better PUBG, and it's free.
There's some heat on that argument, huh?
I mean, there shouldn't be. One game is free. One game costs money. One game plays good. One game doesn't really. Well,
I mean, I can't. Yeah, you can't really dispute that very, very easily.
It's very weird to me. Yeah, like, I don't know. I've been pretty mellow this week just because I'm starting to get everything trying to get moving and stuff. I don't know. So it's just been hectic. Yeah. And like, I don't know. I say I've been doing stuff, but I really haven't done shit. I've just been thinking about doing stuff. And like, I don't know. Like, I finally just told my landlord, I was like, hey, by the way, I'm kind of moving out next month. And she was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. She's like,
was it the first time you had told her?
Yeah. And she was like, what day are you moving? I was like, I don't really know yet, but I'll be out by March 1st because I don't know. It's just crazy.
Watch out for those don't let them hit you with those hidden fees, you know, after you leave and then all that stuff like that.
Let me tell you about my landlord. I don't have a lease here. I didn't pay a security deposit. I paid her a lump sum of money back in September, and I've been living here for free since. Like, she don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I would say you've told us that a lot, that like you were just living there for free basically and everything, and they didn't care.
Yeah, because like she needed a bunch of money, and I was just like, okay.
You sleeping with the landlord?
Her daughter has a crush on me, so that
I'm joking.
Man, it works. Yeah, we gotta leverage that.
Free rent, man.
Right?
So nothing other than Fortnite, really, Sean? Or I don't know if there's any reviews that came across the table or anything.
I mean, I've still been sitting on Tiny Metal. I got a review code for SHU, SHU.
Yeah, I got one of those too. They were shipping something to me too.
Oh, really?
I don't know what that was about. Yeah,
familiar with it. I don't know. It's hard for me to dedicate time to a review right now, just because I don't know. It's just stressful, I guess. So I don't know.
You have a capture card, don't you?
Oh yeah,
Just do like a gameplay session or something with it. And be like,
I probably should. I'm going to be stealing a lot of your ideas once I'm settled into my new place, and I probably like for smaller games, I probably will do something like that because it's just I don't know, like it seems easier. Like unless I really like a game or really hate the game, it's kind of off topic. That's kind of the reason why my tiny metal review is taking so long, because I don't love the game. I don't hate the game. It's just kind of one of those in the middle games. Like it's okay. And like formulating a decent review on just an okay game is just so much harder. It's so much harder to talk about that than if you just really think a game sucks or you really like a game. It's fucking easy as shit to do that. But those middle games, it's just, it just takes.
Yeah, it works. I mean, they're just looking for exposure of some kind,
right?
Generally, so like that works well. It gives them an idea of what the game plays like. Like I played Fury. Played through a quick boss battle of that, and that was pretty straightforward. So, but it's not bad. It's a tiny metal. We played that. Evan played it too.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see any of the background on that, Sean? Any of the stuff that was going on with that?
On what?
Company wise.
Yeah, all the stuff.
We talked to you about it last time.
Yeah. You talked to me about it last week. Shady stuff for sure, but I mean the game's not all that great, so they didn't do a great job.
No, it's not. It's not really Advanced Wars level, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But well, what about you, Evan? You play anything?
Not really. Tried to get back into Dota 2, but the meta's shifted to somewhere I don't like. So I didn't really want to put the time to learn that game. Got a little bit back into Gigantic because even if that game is about to fall off the map, it is still one of my favorite feeling games that I've played in decades. And then I've just been getting back into Overwatch with the league coming up just to be part of something adjacent to it and kind of enjoy that.
Robert Erickson dropping the 100 sex in the chat.
Yes,
Said he's sorry for the
lack of sex.
I got the credit card statement and fainted. He's just kidding. He'll get enough sex tonight to last a week. Okay. Oh, there he goes. He did the conversion for us. 100 because we were asking that, weren't we? What's the conversion?
No, we wechecked it the first time, but we're gonna forget this in like a day or two.
Apparently, 100 sex is $12.42. Usually, 100 sex is more expensive over here, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Erickson, Robert Erickson. OJ, what are you been playing, man?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, I've been playing that too, man.
So much. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age a little bit this week, but just like every time I play, I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to Xenoblade. So I've been going back to Xenoblade and playing a lot, doing a lot of the side quests and stuff like that. So that's really the only game I've been playing. I edited for way too many hours this week. My eyes, I think, are about to fall out. But I think I'll make it.
A lot of editing.
Yeah, a lot of editing this week because of the freaking Nintendo Direct.
Yeah,
just dropped, so that took quite a bit, and then just other stuff. There's been a lot of the week has been pretty good. And I saw in your weekend review, not a bad week for this week. So
yeah, it was pretty good overall. I think a lot of stuff seemed to happen surprisingly. So that Direct, man, that was something else. Not even the Direct itself, but the build to it, which we'll talk about. We'll go over all of that. Because it was something else, man. I don't know.
It was fun. I mean, I got tipped off to what the Direct was going to be before the Direct. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, but just Xenoblade. Xenoblade's pretty much the game that I've been playing. It's amazing. I love it. I love it with all its faults and everything. I still love it.
I've been playing a lot of Xenoblade as well, mostly because I have to finish up my opinion on it and put a video out for it. But it's a fun game. It's an addictive game. Yeah. I will say that I've been playing it quite a bit just because it's addicting and trying to get all the core crystals and keep summoning different blades and everything. But I know, right? Man, you got to get lucky sometimes, man. I'm not that lucky.
Luck. It's all luck. You got to boost your luck. You got to get those Bunnet chokers or get those goddess chokers. Boost your luck. Just see what. Hopefully, pray to the Xeno gods that you get something.
Dude, I'm just not that lucky with that, man. I'm telling you.
Well, the funniest thing that pissed me off the most is that there's a guy named D1. He's a Smash Brothers commentator. He's a Smash Brothers Twitch manager also for Smash Brothers. So on his first playthrough, he goes with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on air and gets Cosmos.
Really?
I saw that mini clip where he freaks out.
I'm just like, you.
Is Cosmos supposed to be like the hardest blade to get? Is the draw rate for that really low?
He's supposed to be hyper rare, I thought.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more rare, but nobody's gotten. I'm pretty sure there's been other people who've gotten Cosmos really early, but his first blade, that's true. That's ridiculous, whatever. So I was
Your
mad.
First blade, yeah.
First freaking blade, So.
Yeah, I have some of the rare ones, but not as like I have so many of the common ones. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's the way it goes, I guess. Did you ever get into Xenoblade, Sean?
I haven't opened my copy yet.
Oh, okay. It's good to do, but man, it's time consuming.
Yeah.
That's one you probably can't play right now if you're trying to move.
Right. Yeah, not right now. You can play it later.
Yeah.
But like Xenoblade's one of those games that you can crack it open at freaking 2 years from now and just be like, all right, it's good. You know, like the original Xenoblade. I know people that just played it. Yeah, that just played the original Xenoblade like last year. I'm like, oh man, this is amazing. You know, or people that just played it this year or last year leading up until Xenoblade's release. So I mean, you can play that anytime. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. I've been played Fury. I played Xenoblade. Did I play anything else? I played the South Park Phone Destroyer on my phone just to try it out. It's not bad. But I think that's mostly it. Yeah, I think that's all I've really been playing so far. I did get that code for Shoe, so I'll check that out and we'll do a video for that. I'm curious what they're sending me in the mail. I have no idea what that is.
A bomb.
Yeah, right. Who knows at this point, right? I'm not sure. Was there PR person or something?
A promotional package, because I'm getting the same thing. I thought it was going to be some type of promotional package. Like I know,
okay.
Like Farming Simulator, they sent me like a booklet of like
that booklet was awesome.
Okay, cool.
And then like Brawlout Dev sent me like a case.
I saw that.
Yeah, without the game in it, so it might be something like that. You know, just
maybe
like
a case of the game. That'd be cool.
Card, things like that. Just some promotional material.
That'd be all right. That'd be fun. Okay, cool. So we had like I said, we just talked about it. We just had some stuff happening. Do you guys want to get right into the direct right away? Just start talking about. There's a lot of stuff to go over with the direct.
Well.
And I know everybody pretty much talked about it, made videos on it. The videos were everywhere because there are a lot of opinions on this direct. It seemed like some people really liked it and some people didn't. It seemed like some people were pretty disappointed. And also, I think the hype levels had something to do with that as well, where people were super hyped up. And we'll talk about that a bit. But what were your guys' overall opinions on the direct before we really get into some of the specifics on it?
Solid. Like I think when the word mini was announced, direct mini, that should have scaled people back. But there also wasn't much time for you to scale it back because it just kind of popped up out of nowhere. Overall, I thought it was good. There were some things I liked. There were some things I didn't like. I was still kind of surprised that GTA 5 wasn't shown. But there was definitely good and bad. I would say my favorite thing was probably something that I didn't expect. And now I'm like sort of obsessed with learning more about it. So I don't know if we're going to talk about like good and bad already.
We're going to go over a lot of the titles here. And
yeah, like overall, it was solid. It was good enough to say, hey, here's some shit you'll be playing in the spring. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay. What about you, OJ?
I thought it was good because you guys all know I'm a huge RPG fan, and they announced 3 big ones.
Yes, they did.
You got Ys 8, you've got Dark Souls, and you've got The World Ends With You Final Remix. And The World Ends With You is one of my favorite DS games. Easily one of my favorite. This franchise has been dormant forever. So,
have you checked it? Did you check it out on the cell phone? I forgot it was even on the cell phones.
I did. Okay. I hate it.
Really?
I really dislike. I don't like playing games on cell phones anyway, though. So
I guess that's true, yeah.
So it's. I'm a little bit biased when it comes to that. So I really disliked it on the cell phone.
Was it the lack of like actual physical controls that didn't?
Yeah, it was just the lack of physical controls, and it was just like obviously the screen is like it was, but I played it on like a DS XL, like the big DS back in the day, like where they had like a DS XL. Like I played it on that, so the screen was nice. You had the 2 screens there. And, I wasn't in love with the controls, but I liked that more than just playing it on like a cell phone. I just thought that was better for it. But like with a big display with the Nintendo Switch and actually adding in another like chapter to flesh out the story, which kind of needs a little bit of like, if you've seen the ending of the game and all that, I don't want to ruin anything, but like to kind of flesh things out a bit, I think that's good. I think that's really good that they're doing that. So for me, it was Dark Souls, Ys 8, and The World Ends With You. Those were huge for me. Those are like 3 games that I know that I'm going to play a lot. And also Kirby. That's another game that's like, it looked a lot better from what we saw beforehand. Like when they showed it again, it looked a lot better. And I've never been a huge Kirby fan. I loved it when I was younger. But yeah, Kirby looks really good. And
I think Kirby's going to fit that almost like that B squad almost. You got like the big games, the AAAs. That's like the AA game that helps to fill in the gaps, I think. Not that Kirby's bad, but it's not like as like massive as something like Metroid Prime, I guess you'd say, or even like a Mario.
Definitely not up to that. But I mean, the reason why I'm excited for it is because it has the multiplayer that I can play with my daughter.
That looked fun. Yeah, it looked really fun.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, because we tried the Lego Marvel stuff. That's not working for me. I hate those games. I really dislike playing those games. We just run around aimlessly for a while. Like I don't, I really don't like those games on the Switch. So yeah, I'm hoping this one's gonna be a lot better for me.
Did you Evan? Did you get a chance to look through the Direct at all?
Yeah, I kind of skimmed through, I guess, the stream you did and checked a couple other things. But I mean, it's just more of the same. A lot of games getting ported forward, some games getting updates, games you wouldn't expect Nintendo to have coming to it. So it's just kind of.
Did you see the SNK game that they announced? The Heroines.
That looks good too.
It's okay. I mean, it wasn't super impressive for where SNK have been going since they kind of screwed up a little while ago, and now they're bringing it back. But that game just kind of seems like
a lot of Neo Geo games are on the Switch right now. It's crazy how many are going into that system. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So how about we go through them? I guess the biggest one that I guess it's debatable, but I guess the biggest one is that Dark Souls Remastered is also going to the Switch along with the other two systems. Now it does have the portable nature. It's kind of on either side. There are people who really want Dark Souls to go to the next gen systems because it was not done very well on something like the PC where you could go next gen with it. I guess like if you played it on the PC, it was bad. Did you buy Dark Souls on the PC? I remember you were playing something.
Yeah, but I had the mods for it and everything, the reskins, everything that fixed it for what the company didn't want to do. But I think it was
it
was one of their programmers, I thought, that put that mod together because he was kind of sad seeing it hit the PC without change.
Did it feel weird that they put it on the PC and didn't put basically a working copy essentially on there? Like it was missing all the features. People said it was broken in different ways.
Not necessarily. It was almost expected because with the company making it, they tend to just make a game and then go, here you go, let's go to the next one, and then they don't care anymore.
Let me ask you, does it seem weird that they're now going to release remastered on the PC and then charge people again for it?
Nah. But I mean, we just saw the update charge, right? Like they're charging you like a couple, was it $20 for an update?
$20, but we just saw Skyrim get an update to the special edition for free.
For free, yep.
Mm-hmm. So I saw that and I was like, ooh, man, because they kind of gypped people back then. They expected the community kind of fix it after charging you full price for it. I don't know. That felt weird to me when I saw that. I was like, I don't know about this.
Absolutely. No, that's a fair point to bring up, I think.
Yeah, I was a little concerned. I mean, they're going to make money on the Switch version. Absolutely. They're going to make money on the PS4 version and the Xbox One version. So I don't know how much they need that. I mean, they're going to try, but I feel like they'd be better off because they're going to release more games, obviously, going forward on the PC. Just get some good PR around their company. But PC gamers are the one like section of the gaming world that will remember if you wrong them. So I don't know if it'll sell as well on the PC just because they'll fix it themselves, like we saw. But were you guys pretty excited to see something like Dark Souls get announced on the Switch? We heard about it. What was that, like months ago?
Yeah,
it was a while ago, right?
Yeah, it was a while ago. Dark Souls has been rumored for a while.
Yeah,
Dark Souls has been rumored like when the Switch was first like announced.
Yeah, I think to my memory, some of the first things popping up in our chat on our first episode of doing this were people going Dark Souls on Switch, and like it's been that way ever since.
We heard From Software was talking about how they got Dark Souls 3 or something running on the Switch a long time ago.
Yep.
So that's when it started happening, and now it's rumored that 2 and 3 will go to the Switch at some point. So it's interesting. That's coming out May 25th. I think that's a good release window for it. It's a few months out from E3 when, of course, the big guns come out and they start announcing all kinds of craziness. And I think that'll sell well. Now, here's the interesting thing: around the time that Dark Souls Remastered comes out, the Switch will probably be to a solid 18 million. I think at least, maybe more than that. So that game is going to be interesting to follow when it comes to sales because there's a chance that it sells better on the Switch than the other two versions with how attach rates have been on the Switch. So that might be an actual statement game for the Nintendo crowd.
I also think it's interesting that they announced it first for the Switch, and then we're like, oh yeah,
good point.
On PS4. Like I didn't even know until after the fact that it was coming to other platforms. That
good point.
Was kind of interesting.
I mean, they knew that a lot of people were going to be watching that direct, and they're like, I mean, it's over like 3 million views or something already, and they were like, let's put it on. It was #1 trending, I think, even that day when it came up. So they
had a dead body in it, and I missed it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. well, that means that Nintendo must have gained 40,000 subs that day then if it did.
Shit.
Yeah, right. He just got a
But-
silver play button in one day. No.
but they got taken off of their Google ad preferred program.
That's a good thing at least. That's good to see that. But yes, I think that's a good release window. I think you're right, Sean. It was interesting to see that it actually closed out that direct. It was like Nintendo was making it as like the main event. Like, look, we got these awesome mature games now, so get ready. But that's a big statement because it's going to be 1080p on the Switch. And it's going to be native 720p when in portable mode.
Well, it's because companies are now having time to sort of optimize these games. I mean, when you obviously a lot of games last year were probably rushed to some certain degree. And there were games like NBA 2K18, which I'll always talk about because it was a fantastic port. But they also showed that game off when the Switch was first revealed. And what was another third-party game? Skyrim, another high-quality port. Looks great, plays great. And then, it was announced early. So I think developers are having more time to figure out, the strengths and weaknesses of the system and how they can optimize their games properly. And that's why you're seeing something like Dark Souls being able to be 1080p.
Sure. Blind Squirrel figured it out too. WWE runs butter smooth.
Okay.
I can't believe they still haven't fixed that game, by the way.
It
still doesn't work.
They dropped it and walked away. I mean, they're done.
I think they're making a patch for it, but man, it's something else.
They did say that they're going to make a. They said that they're working. So
I'm about to send them another tweet.
They are working on another patch for it. It's called 2K19.
I just want to say that the patch is 2K19.
Let's go through some of the other ones. The other one that I actually really liked, which is probably going to be weird to some people, was because I thought it was abysmal on the Wii U, was Mario Tennis. And it looks like they're actually going to fix a lot of the things. It's going to have a full campaign mode, according to them. And a lot of people were talking about it like maybe being similar to the Game Boy Advance version. Now, if you don't know, that one was cool because it was almost like an RPG mixed with sports. And that was really neat. I don't know, Sean, did you play the Game Boy Advance Mario Golf?
Yeah, I did.
Or tennis. Mario Tennis. Good.
It had those, the tennis game. It had a lot of RPG elements in it and stuff like that. I honestly feel like the Wii U one was just kind of shitted out when they realized, hey, the system sucks and isn't selling that great, commercially. So we're not going to be able to do much with it to shit a game out. And this is sort of what the game was supposed to be.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they probably just stopped working on it as much and like moved all of their ideas to the next one, even probably campaign mode, to be honest, with how early this one's out in the Switch's lifetime.
Is Camelot making it? I thought I saw someone say that in the chat.
Good question.
If Camelot's making it, yes, it is Camelot. So
yeah, it's gonna be like the Game Boy Advance one then.
Yeah, more than likely.
Oh, that's exciting, man! I'm ready for that game. I'm ready. Hopefully, it has full online. I'm buying that day one.
Okay. Did Camelot make the Wii U version?
Did
they? Ultra Smash? I thought they made Ultra Smash too, didn't they?
Let's see.
Everyone's saying yes, Camelot.
They did.
Camelot is, yeah.
All right, Camelot, redeem yourself.
Yeah, it said, did Camelot even try? I wonder if they got cut off midway through and they were like, listen, we need to start. We're just going to move a lot of these ideas over to the.
The budget was obviously not there. Like with Ultra Smash, it was obviously not there.
For how long they probably took? People were saying that they even just took, I guess, the course right out of Ultra Smash and moved it right into this one, Aces. I think Game Explain was talking about that.
Yeah, Game Explain said that, but you never know what type of modifications or things that they've done. Not only that, but like we don't know like the final bit. Like we need to wait and actually like see like the final how it looks. But I mean, they could have not. I mean, they could have recreated it. Who knows? I mean, they could have done.
I doubt they built this game in a year. It's probably one they've been working on for a little while. Maybe right after when they finished that, they decided to take some of the ideas and just move on with them and create this. I guess this sequel.
I mean, they could have done what they did, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It uses the same engine. They kind of just reshape things. Sure. So I mean, I think even like Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4. Use the same engine, but it's just modified to run from PlayStation 4. So,
sure, absolutely. Gintoki Cruise 1 says, now that there is SNK Heroines, maybe the Switch can get Street Fighter Heroines. That way, Capcom won't break the agreement for Street Fighter 5 exclusivity. I don't know if there will ever be anything like newer on the Street Fighter 5 engine right now, away from, I guess, PlayStation and PC.
I said they make a game called Street Fighter Heroine. And you still have dudes and chicks in it and stuff, and have like a real mature story.
that was going nowhere.
That's going nowhere. It's going absolutely nowhere.
I'm excited for Mario Tennis. Evan, we played Mario Tennis on the GameCube a lot back in the day at the store, didn't we? Or am I thinking
no, we did Strikers, man.
Oh yeah, that's the one game I really want them to do again. Is
like a good Strikers, not like the garbage.
Yeah. Oh, the Wii one was not good, man. Make the GameCube one. That one was awesome. We played so many hours of that game.
Did you guys play the Wii one? Did it ever hurt your hands when you played the Wii one for too long?
Dude, I played the Wii one for
5-6 minutes, and then just
and I put it down, and because the Wii is backwards compatible, pop that out, drop the GameCube one back in, put the Wavebird in, and I'm back to Waluigi crotch chopping.
If you play the Wii one for too long, I don't know if anybody in the chat, if you play the Wii one for too long, like your hands get kind of cramped, like playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a bit of an issue for me because I rented it and I was just like, okay.
Well, dude, as soon as you charged up and I took a shot and it was like multi-ball and you just start throwing soccer balls in the goal for like 20 goals, I was like, I'm done playing this game. Get Strikers back in here on the GameCube. So we have tennis. That'll actually be. I think that'll do well enough. I don't think they're expecting massive sales out of it. I think it'll just be a nice little game to have in the spring. Mario, how do you guys feel about this? Is the hot topic after we go into some of the newer games here, I guess, including Kirby. How do you guys feel about the ports that are? That seemed, if you guys noticed online, that was the biggest thing people were complaining about or criticizing the Direct for, was that there were too many ports.
Well, it's just more of the same. Like they keep bringing up more and more ports, and I think a lot of people are wanting something new or different, whereas it feels like Nintendo's trying to archive the experience only a small percentage of people have into the new system.
It's tough, man. There just wasn't a massive install base for the Switch obviously is more popular than the Wii U, and it will continue to be. So it's a shame to leave something like Donkey Kong, which is an awesome game, by the way. If you've not played it, go buy it on the Switch day one. It's a shame to leave that on a system that had 13.5 million units sold. Country Tropical Freeze didn't even make it to 2 million units sold. So
it broke 1 million, but not by much. But I agree. I think it's more of the vocal minority that bought the Wii U that are just screaming about the ports. I think most people in general, when it's all said and done, people are going to be like, I'm glad all these games came over, because like you guys said, most people didn't play these. Like such a small percentage. Even Mario Kart was not bought enough as it should have been. Even on the Wii, and that was the highest selling game on the Wii U.
That was like 8 million or something like that.
Yeah, that was 8 million, and even that wasn't like enough for the quality of that game and what it should have done.
It should have been a 10 million unit game.
It should have been a 10. Yeah. It should have been. I mean, you saw it too with there's been other Mario Kart games that probably should have done better, but the state that they launched Mario Kart in, the quality of it really, and just the competition, there's no other kart racer that's like it. It should have been a 10 million seller, and it wasn't. And we've seen it. I think it's over 5 million now, and it's probably going to cross 8 million.
Yeah. It'll easily cross 10. It might even hit 15 million in Switch's lifetime, unless another Mario Kart game comes out at some point. Mm-hmm. But I'm okay with the ports because you just don't buy them if you don't want them. They're there for people who want them.
Are we really bitching about having too many games? Like
apparently, it's weird to me. Yeah, it's very weird.
Me personally, I'm not gonna get Donkey Kong. I played that game to death on the Wii U. Hyrule Warriors, maybe, because it's kind of like crack, and like I played it to death on the Wii U and the 3DS, and I wouldn't mind playing it again. But like,
let me ask you a question, Sean, with Hyrule Warriors, real quick, because I know you like that game. There's been a number of people that are like, I hate ports, and then they announced Hyrule Warriors, like, okay, well, I'll buy that one. Like,
even Jim Sterling said that.
Yeah, and like Retro Death, who's a good friend of mine, he was like, he hates ports, but he's like, but I'm buying Hyrule Warriors. And even though he played it like crazy. But I wanted to ask Sean a question. It's like, do you think that they'll actually update that, because they announced 1080p? But do you think that's going to be a Fire Emblem Warriors type of deal where it's like 1080p 6? Well, it's 720p 60, but do you think there's going to be 1080p 60 or like a 720p 60 option on that one? Do you think they're going to update it on that? Since they did say 1080p, so I'm thinking, well, why would they even mention 1080p? That just seems a bit weird.
I think they're gonna show, like, because they said you were gonna get additional costumes, and then you were gonna get Breath of the Wild style costumes as well, all of the DLC. I think there's gonna be more to it than that. I think you might possibly see something like that, which would be awesome, because I mean the game looked good on the Wii U, it looked decent enough on the new 3DS, but like this is just gonna look so much better on that screen. So
Robert Erickson agrees, saying more games on the Switch is not a bad idea. You just don't have to buy it if you have it on the Wii U. That is a great point, and I agree with that completely. Why not?
Like, I don't think Nintendo's going to be sitting there like, God damn it, Donkey Kong Country didn't sell a million units.
Honestly, they're probably
shutting it down.
They're probably sitting there adding up the ones from the Wii U and the Switch, to be honest. So Mario Kart in their mind has already passed like almost 13 million or 13 million at this point.
Right.
So in their mind, they're like, we're winning. Although I will say this, if you have a Wii U already, Tropical Freeze is $20 on it. So, it's I don't know. I think it'll be a full 60 on the Switch.
We need to wait and see. To wait and see. It's because sometimes the listings are wrong. But I mean, one of the things for some people, it's like if you want to play the game like anywhere, like it's
sure.
If you want to play portably, if not, everyone's going to have their different opinion on there. Because I played Donkey Kong a lot, like just TV mode or whatever off screen play. I played it a lot like that. So for me, I might get it. I'm just still thinking I'll probably get it at some point, but I might get a review code for it too. So it's just,
Sure. Hey, there will definitely be a lot of comparisons for the, if anything, this would be great for comparisons for people who do like Digital Foundry, do like those graphical comparisons.
They do it right.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. But they, for people who are interested in how it upgrades, because maybe those games do play at a native 1080p, when maybe they played at 720p on the Wii U. Maybe they get that full 1080p on the Switch. You never know. So it could be kind of neat. World Ends With You. We talked a little bit about the World Ends With You. OJ, you're very excited for it. I'm ready for it too. I think it's gonna be cool. Evan, did you play on that on? I remember you were really into the DSi when you got that thing. Did you play the World Ends With You?
No, I played it. I played it for a little bit when we got into the store. It was just a matter of finding it, because by the time I was able to get it, the game was already like that kind of. That's when it was really rare back then. Yeah, I think it went out of print, just went out of print when you got your DSi, or it was like Chrono Trigger on the DS. It shouldn't be that hard to find. I think I was at the store and I was test playing it on my DSi and I was enjoying it, and then we left the case in the counter and the guy comes in and just goes, "I want to buy that." And I was like,
real quick, guys, there's 1,100 people in here. Just be very careful about that thumbs up button. You shouldn't be hitting that. That'd be really bad. If we got to say 600 likes, 700 likes, that'd be absolutely terrible. Okay, so World Ends With You. We're excited for it. Sean, did you play World Ends With You?
Yeah, I played it way back in the day, but I don't remember shit about it. Like, I played games, like I remember nothing about it, but I remember.
Most people say that. Well, a lot of people say that, like, yeah, I remember playing it, but I don't remember anything because it was a long time. Like in terms of years, it's been 10 years. That is way too long for like a game. I mean, that is so long ago. For me at least, to remember. I mean, I was in college. That was before my daughter. That was before PlayerEssence. That was before so many other things, man.
I'm ready for that too. I will say this. I'm curious about pricing on that one too, because if it is similar to the one on the cell phones, people are pointing out that's like $16. But like you said, OJ, if you don't have the physical controls, maybe it'll play better on the Switch. There's a lot of things to still account for. I think personally that one might end up being like a $40 game.
I think so too.
Somewhere in there is what I'm thinking.
I think Square Enix might hike it to 50. Well, Nintendo's publishing it, so
yeah,
Nintendo might hike it to 50. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 60. I'd begrudgingly pay $60.
Yeah, I mean, people will pay, but that is one that I could see them. My other hope is that people need to keep this in mind. This might be going to the Switch for them just to kind of gauge interest. It's probably an easy port if it's already on cell phones and tablets and stuff. I mean, the Switch has an ARM chip and everything. Probably not the hardest thing to port. Obviously, they're gonna make it work with Joy-Cons and everything. They might be doing this. A lot of people pointing this out to gauge interest, to see if there is a market for a sequel. Just to be like, maybe if enough people buy this and we see that it's good, maybe we will go back and make another World Ends With You. So if you are interested in the series and it's a fair price and you're interested, I would recommend at least checking it out, look at some reviews and then buy it, or hey, just go out and buy it day one, just to support it, because that could have the second one come to like something like the Switch, to be honest. So keep that in mind.
I also want to mention real quick. Sorry, you can always have to buy games like day one. You know what I'm saying? Like Valkyria Chronicles was literally saved by the second word of mouth. That game did horribly at the beginning. It went down to $30, and then a bunch of people bought it. So that's just one thing. Like you can always, like, if you can't afford it right then and there, if it goes down in price, you can always buy it later and save the franchise and do, like, that game was literally going to be dead because the sales were trash on PS3, but then it got a second win and people just started buying it like crazy on PS3. So they moved it over to PSP after that, though. But still, it's still
Ryan Dent with the super chat saying best content in the biz. I appreciate the use of IZ in place of business. Thank you very much. We do our best here on the SpawnCast. I appreciate it. $20 one from what is that?
Be Righteous.
Am I missing something here? Something Spawnway from Be Righteous? Yeah, am I missing something there? South Louisiana. What's that? Maybe somebody help me out with that one.
Let's see. The meaning. It's a dialect.
I don't want to.
Dialect word meaning "go," used mostly by Southern Louisians.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've never been to anywhere south really of like. Actually, I've been in Florida. I haven't been to like Louisiana or anything like that. That's cool. South Louisiana. Very nice. Thank you very much. Be Righteous. Actually, I like your avatar. The Cuphead guy. I like that. Very cool. Thank you very much. All right. So we talked about Hyrule Warriors. You guys, Sean, you might buy it. OJ, you might buy it.
Yeah, I'll probably buy Hyrule Warriors.
See, a lot of these aren't really. Like I said, I know they're not marketed towards me because a lot of these I probably won't buy just because I already have them. But Kirby Star Allies, I will be buying because I've always said I want another Kirby game. That one actually looks fun. Visually, it looks very appealing, and the co-op's really cool. That's one, Evan, you and I will play, and actually, I guess Sean, because that's March 16th.
Sean's not a big fan of that game.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Evan and I'll play it.
I'll play it, but that was, I would say, one of my disappointments of it. I guess just because, like, I played the hell out of, like, Planet Robobot and stuff like that, and I loved it. And with the Switch, you're starting to see Nintendo, try sort of different things with like Mario and Zelda and stuff. I just would have liked to have seen them maybe try something different with Kirby. It looks like a very standard Kirby game, which it isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I don't know. It's not like $60. I won't be picking it up for $60. There's no way in hell. Just for me personally.
You can play my copy, man. I'll get it.
There we go.
There you go. Right? Yeah, I'll get. Or what you said you're probably gonna get that too, OG, because you and your daughter can play.
Yeah, me and my daughter are gonna play. Cool. I showed her it and she freaked out. So like, she freaked out. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be picking that up.
Yeah, you know what? I missed the Kirby from the N64. I was weird. I actually liked that one.
It wasn't a bad game.
I like that one. That one was fun. Hyrule Warriors, talk about that. SNK Heroines. We don't know much more information about that, do we? Just the summertime, right? Just that's all I know. It's just summer, right? SNK Heroines. It looked like a standard SNK. Is that the one that OJ? Is that the one that was rumored that was SNK's game? We think that's it.
Yeah, that was the game.
Okay, cool. Token Geek with $10 said, I bought Troll and I as well as WWE 2K18 per the recommendation of RGT85.
Son of a bitch.
Good job, Sean. Robert Erickson asked, OJ, what's your daughter's favorite game on the Switch?
Her favorite game in general is Super Mario 3D World, but particularly on the Switch itself, I would probably say her favorite game is Fast RMX. We've played a ton of that together. So,
that's a good game. That's good. She keeps up with that one, huh?
Yeah. One time I was really she actually beat me one race, and I was like, and she was freaking out. So I was just like, what? She actually
that little tear dropping down from your eye until you realize she's coming for you. She's gonna dethrone you.
You're like a dad who just got beat by their son in basketball.
I usually like I'll let her win sometimes, but one time I was actually racing and she beat me one time. I was like, what? So yeah, Fast RMX. But she likes, there's a couple other games that she likes too. She likes Mario. She's just not very good at those yet. She's used to Super Mario 3D World, but that's her favorite, Super Mario 3D World. But on Switch, I'd say Fast RMX is probably her favorite.
Payday 2, February 27th with an exclusive person. Did you see that exclusive character for it?
Timed exclusive.
It's got to be timed exclusive because what they described, it would be really good in all the games. So,
did you? I would say, Evan, that's probably one you were actually. That's actually probably something you were interested in right there.
At least for a little bit, because for me that game's only interesting if I can have 3 people that will work together as a group, which that's not that easy to pull off. So,
I wonder. We don't know if that's gonna have crossplay yet, do we?
It's probably not.
That'd be cool if that had. Well, Nintendo's all on board with this crossplay stuff. That'd be cool if it had crossplay with like PC.
I think this is going to be more about the devs that for Payday 2 not having it implemented. So
okay, yeah. There's no crossplay now, is there?
No.
Okay, yes, that's yeah. I mean, that's a fun game that I'll get that February 27th. Absolutely, I'll get that one.
Oh, that's day one for me.
Yeah, so that'll be really fun. You'll have to help us out with that, Evan.
See what I can do.
Figure it out. Are you looking into Payday 2, OJ, or is that one you might skip?
If enough of you nerds get it, then I might, then I'll probably
we'll break into some jewelry stores legally. We'll do that.
Yeah. If enough, like I said, like to my community too, like if enough people get it and actually want me to play, then I'll play it with you guys, But it's not anything that like I'm super like, oh my gosh, I gotta play. But yeah, I'm all down to play games with people, with the community. So
let's see. It's Robert Erickson. 700 likes too easy. If we get 800, get 100K. Subspawn. Oh, I did that thing earlier today where I was making fun of the people who do like nudes at like 1 million and stuff like that. How that YouTube went through that whole mess. Like, what was that? Was that a year, 2 years ago, where it was made fun of on like CNN and everything?
I remember.
What's happening?
It was made. People like promise like stripping down and stuff for certain goals, like sub goals. It's we've seen it a lot, like those kind of like from different YouTubers, and it was made fun of at one point on CNN. I remember it popped up one time on Yahoo. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, no, there's been YouTubers that have done a lot worse than news, as in like actual videos, like intercourse videos.
So there was like there was person kept popping up in the comments that was like, take your shirt off for 100,000 subs. So I did take my shirt off today on camera, but I just happened to have a shirt on underneath. So now that person owes me 100,000 subs, and it's his name. The person's name is Cartman. I have them screen capped, so they owe me 100,000 subs.
It's like when I took off my hat one time before. I used to always wear a hat, and I had another 49ers hat on after that.
Yeah, there you go. Right, it's like that meme where someone takes off their sunglasses.
Yeah, another pair of sunglasses.
There's that meme that goes around the internet where I think it must have been from WCW. Sean, maybe you can help me out here. Where Sting was sitting in the audience.
Oh yeah,
and he had his mask on. And he takes his Sting mask off, but it's Sting underneath of his mask.
That one was from TNA, where he's sitting in the audience, and then there's the other one where it's like the Sting Army that was in WCW, and like all the fake Stings came in the room or in the ring, and he had the Sting mask on, and he took it off, and it was the real Sting, and everyone was like, "Whoa!"
But it like looked exactly the same. That was great. I love that meme that goes around the internet.
Nice.
Faye is out February 16th. Any thoughts on that? It looks interesting. I keep hearing it's supposed to be mildly like Zelda, but I still don't really know much about it. I think the art looks cool, but I need to see a little more, I guess, about it. Any thoughts on Faye?
That from EA?
Yes, that is an EA game. Yes. I know. You're probably like, no EA.
No thoughts. No,
I understand. There's a lot of people who don't support EA, and that's fine. I understand why you wouldn't.
It looks okay, to be honest.
It doesn't look like it's gonna be a loot box game, so I'm happy about that, which is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Monochrome Miku asks, any of you guys played Gravity Rush 2? I have played Gravity Rush 2. The online servers were going to be taken down this month, but were saved until July, seemingly by fan support. I saw that. Very interesting to see if the fans could actually do that, but we have seen the fans do a lot with something like EA's loot boxes in Battlefront 2. So that's actually pretty cool. I don't really play a lot of Gravity Rush 2. Maybe a week or two after that, I kind of put it down and didn't go back to it, but it was a fun game. I actually like the first one on the Vita a lot, believe it or not. As crazy as that sounds. But I actually like my Vita a lot. So
I love Gravity Rush on the remake for the PlayStation 4. I think this one might be the best one. It might be.
Oh, okay. I played it on the Vita a lot. I just didn't really check it out on the other systems at all.
Well, it's interesting because each version has so many different things about it. Like, just real quickly, like the PS4 Gravity Rush 2 is like 30 frames per second, but looks beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Gravity Rush on the PS4, the original is 60 frames per second, and it's the original from the PS Vita, but the PS Vita version has portable play. So they, like, no matter which one you pick up, it's like they're all good in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all like, Gravity Rush 2 has much better like combat as far as complexity and stuff like that. So like Gravity Rush on PS4, the original has 60 frames and there's portable play. So they're all good no matter what system or which game you pick up. They're all fun.
Let's see, and then Celeste is out January 25th. That looks like it's going to be like a Super Meat Boy type game. It looks very difficult. Has like 8-bit visual style. I'm not the best at those games, but I do really like something like Super Meat Boy. So I might look into that. I don't think it's gonna be very expensive either. I think it's like $15. More of an indie style game. Updates to Mario Odyssey. I wonder if I assume that's gonna be a free update. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's gonna be a free update.
Okay, cool. I mean, I feel like everyone's probably gonna go back and try it out. It looks fun. I mean, it's free, so you're not paying for it, so it's hard to judge it, obviously. But it looks just like some mindless fun. I don't know, just something to put in there to build on it. Very interesting. They're adding more stuff to it. It makes you wonder if some paid DLC is coming down the road.
Give me it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I think it's coming after that, I think it's coming, or it's going to be like a Super Mario Galaxy type of 2 situation where they just have so many things where they just maybe throw it into like a disc for $30 or something, or maybe like a Super Luigi U or whatever that was, where it's like a it's like its own game, but it's like it's like extra DLC.
Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle gets Donkey Kong. It's gonna have its own board, new story, I think, and everything too. So that looks fun. I stopped playing that after I finished it. I might go back and take a look with Donkey Kong getting added to it, but I have to buy the DLC pack because I don't have that. So maybe I'll check that out. Donkey Kong. I don't know if you guys are going to go back to Mario Rabbids and check that out.
I'll go back, yeah, because it looks like it's going to be set in the Donkey Kong world too. They're going to have a whole world of Donkey Kong. So that's cool. I'll definitely check it out.
I'm tempted to wait and see what else happens because it was like a season pass to see what else is coming. I don't know if they're doing anything else after this. I think they might be. Just because then I would just buy the whole pack, I guess, if it's worth it, or just buy just this one thing and then not the other. I would like to see him do something with Waluigi. Do like a Waluigi world. Flesh that character out a little bit.
Thank you.
Dude, he's got that sweet comb over in tennis, man. Come on.
Yeah, Waluigi's awesome, dude.
Do we have this is one I know OJ's gonna be all over. I didn't really like. I'm not really as into Pokken Tournament, but Pokken Tournament DX pack. Battle Pack, March 23rd. I feel like you're all over that, right, OJ? Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Blastoise is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. So we're not. The first one is Aegislash. I mean, he's okay, but like Blastoise is like gonna be really cool. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Blastoise, and I love Pokken Tournament. I've been getting back into it. Really into the Wii U version. The Switch version is much better. Way much better. Like the tournament players are like rejoicing when this came out. I went to a tournament or two with Pokken Tournament, and I like it a lot. So
it does well in tournament play, does it?
Huh?
It does well in tournament play. I didn't know if that was like a good like esports game or not.
It's not a popular esports game,
okay.
But
it's new though, right? It's pretty new, and it was on the Wii U, so it's
it's still new. But the problem with the Wii U had so many issues with it because like playing local, like the LAN play was just horrible. It was and like local play was just bad. So like this fixed all of it.
Also, that's gotta be a pain to take because you gotta take the Wii U and the tablet with you, I guess.
Yeah.
These meetups. Brian DeJesus with 5 in the chat. Thanks for the Twilight Princess link. Oh yeah, Brian won the Twilight Princess link statue.
Shout out.
Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda. You're welcome. You're welcome. I like that statue a lot too. I like the new one now, the one we're doing now, the Metroid Prime one. That one looks really cool. I would like that one, but it's $80, so I'm only getting one. Yeah, I give a lot of stuff away for fun. So, let's see. So those are all the announcements I believe that were in the.
What? Where's Ease?
Everything.
We're not going to talk about Ease.
You guys want to talk about Ease? No, I have that right here. I actually skipped over Ease. Yeah,
it was Ease the most exciting thing. It was the most exciting thing I saw.
I'm a little surprised. So you guys don't have it on the PS4 or the Vita at all?
No, I don't. Because I particularly like. Not that I knew, but I was like praying to the Ease gods that we would get that, So I waited and I particularly didn't buy it. Also, the translation was trash.
Yeah.
Too, so
They're fixing that in the PC version, and some patches are coming out. So I assume the Switch is just going to come with the new one on the cart.
Yeah. So I wanted to wait, but it was just like there's a PS Vita version, there's a PS4 version, there's a PC version.
Yeah.
There's just all the. I'm like, if it just comes to the Switch, it can fix a lot of things for me. And I just waited, and I'm happy. So I'm really happy about it.
Robert Erickson asked if there's gonna be a full direct. We're actually gonna talk about that a little later on. But thank you though. So Sean, you're excited for Ease 8?
Yes, I want the freaking. Have you seen the collector's edition?
I have. Yes. I retweeted that once I saw that. I think Wario posted that, and I was like, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, it looks cool, man.
It's $100, and like, yeah, it's a lot of money. But I talked to Stupid Joe from GameSack because I know he loves the Ease games. And I was like, "Is this game good?" He was like, "Oh yeah, it's real good." I was like, "Word, I need to buy it then," because you get an art book and like a hardcover book and a CD and like a little stabbing letter opener and shit.
The music in that game is beautiful. It has great music. I really like
the game. It looks so good. Like it looks like fast and frantic and like beautiful. Like I was hyped when I saw that shit. I was like,
the nice thing is you don't have to play the other East games to really get into it if you don't want to. I mean, there are some callbacks and stuff, but for the most part, you really don't need to play the older ones, so that's nice. Evan, did you play the East games, or I can't remember if you actually played any? Or
played some of the early ones because remember they started re-releasing on PC as remastered versions. I picked up the early ones.
I actually had. That was a game I actually made for a lot of people on the Super Nintendo. Was Ease 5? There was one on the Super Nintendo that got a translation. And I started making it for some people. That I remember the ones kept coming out for PC, but man, Ys 8 is actually really, really good. It is actually a very good game. You can actually, it's coming out on PC as well at the end of this month. January 30th, I think. I don't think it needs like severe. Okay, Ys Origins, Ys 7, Ys 1 and 2 Chronicles.
I played Ys Origins back in the day. It wasn't bad.
Ys 6, yes. Yep, yeah, Ys 6 is very positive. They're all very positive on Steam. So yeah, they're good games all the way around. Ys 8 is a big pickup, by the way, for the Switch. Mostly because Falcom did not seem to want to do much for the Switch, which was weird. But then here comes Nice. I guess they just smacked him around and said, you got to put that on there. I think Nice, though, probably had more of a hand in getting it to the Switch than Falcom. Probably was like the lazy kid in like during the school project while Nice did everything.
Don't get me started on Falcom. I took about 30 minutes roasting them last night.
Welcome, Justin Monica, a sponsor for the channel. Thank you. I think you're our third sponsor, maybe. Thank you. We don't have a lot of sponsors, but thanks to Justin. Evan actually has some cool emotes. I believe he was.
Eventually, yeah, we're working on that.
We need a hammer one.
That's in there.
Yeah. So it's So what happened here? OJ, can you explain to me what happened here with Falcom? Because I keep hearing this.
Yeah. So basically, before the Switch launched, or actually not before the Switch launched, but like kind of like in the summerish, they were asking like, Falcom about what's going down. Like, hey, would you bring games over? Like, are you going to bring games to the Switch? And he was just like, from the very start, the president over there, has been very apprehensive, very apprehensive about anything to do with Switch, and basically saying, reiterating the same story, saying that when they went from PC to consoles, they picked PlayStation, which is fine. They could pick PlayStation. But then when he kind of goes off and starts saying, oh, well, PlayStation is the only place where, that's where all the hardcore gamers are at. That's where they're at. And that's where we're going to go, And then on top of that, he said that. And it's like, okay, whatever. He thinks that's where, gamers are, even though it's like pretty clear that there's a lot of fans that want RPGs on Switch. So then from there, he goes into recently saying there was an NIS America guy that was like, excited because Falcom made Ys, right? So there's an NIS guy that was really excited and was like, hey, we're bringing this over. We want to continue our partnership. And then when he heard the quote of what, NIS said, he was like, oh, well, let's not get carried away. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. I just felt that as a president, that is just ridiculous. Like to sit there and say that when you're trying to market and sell your game, let's not get carried away. You should just say, okay, well, let's look and we'll see what we can do. We'll see what's going to go on in the future. We'll see what games. Obviously, there's people that are buying games on the Switch. This guy has sold over 200,000 copies on the Switch. So I don't understand why he's so apprehensive about it. About supporting, like to say, let's not get carried away. That just seems ridiculous when you look at every single other Japanese company. Have you heard anybody say that? When it comes to Capcom or when it comes to every single other Japanese company, is like, yeah, we'd love to work with them. Just depends on see how things are going.
Sokar813 says Ys 3 Wanderers from Ys on SNES was the last I played. I didn't play that one. I don't think I played that one. I remember seeing it, but we never got it in. I don't think to the store, if I'm thinking right. We used to order a ton of Super Famicom games. Remember that, Evan?
We'd order crates of them. We get like the 2 or 3 ones that everyone wanted, but then we get like a sea of like weird dating games and like all the Mahjong games.
Yeah, so I don't really understand Falcom's position with that. I was very confused by that. It was almost like they had this weird loyalty, I guess, to Sony, because they even mentioned that they didn't think that like they thought power users wanted it or something. Do you remember that quote?
Yeah,
that was really weird. But I guess NIS America was like, look at this. Like, what are you doing? And what's interesting here is this is another time where I think the Switch community can make another statement. One, the game's good, but 2, this could be a time where they maybe outsell the PS4 version on the Switch. Wouldn't that be crazy if Ys 8 sold best on the Switch?
Where is it at? I have no idea. There's been no.
I can't imagine it's super high on the PS4. Just to be completely honest, it's very crowded on other systems. In case people are wondering, Steam is the worst. By the way, Steam is so crowded. You see a lot of developers have been speaking out now about this, that Valve needs to get it under control. Valve is not. Greenlight. Yeah, but even now it's worse.
It's still bad, but like that's why they stopped Greenlight. Yeah. It was getting ridiculous.
But like this past year, what was it? 7,800 games released on Steam last year.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you have. That's why like these companies are putting out that like the Switch version is outselling the Steam version in one day, like just straight up, because it's more visible. It's hard to, like Blossom Tales is one great game, but there's no visibility on Steam, so it's tough. That's the platform that gave us the fidget spinner game, so it's tough, It's tough. So Valve needs to figure it out, man. Valve's just become super complacent recently. I don't know what the deal is. I have to look up sales for Ys 8.
It says that there's not much out there. It says recently Falcom had to readjust their financial forecast due to sales of Ys 8 doing better than expected. The Japanese version. It looks like it only sold well in Japan, from what I see.
Yeah, it's gonna sell well in Japan. Yeah.
I'm looking at Steam. And Steam has about 5,000 owners, 5,000 plus. So not great on Steam, but
for which one? Which one's that?
The latest Lacrimosa Donna. The latest.
Oh yeah, because I know that. I think Ys 8 is out on the January 30th on Steam. So that's out in 17 days.
It's not even out. Yeah, so maybe that's just pre-order numbers then. That was
that's not bad for pre-order numbers, but we'll see what it is on Steam. I think the Steam community Steam really likes Ys. The community there, they buy it a lot. I was more thinking about the PS4 owners who see that game as like maybe a lower, like a like a single A game or something, even though it's a very well done game.
It sold like 34,000 copies its first week in Japan. But I mean, it doesn't look like it was very consistent. Let's see. I'm trying to get some sort of number. What the hell?
Oh, Ys 8's going to be released on Good Old Games too. That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it looks like it didn't do all that great. Maybe like 80,000 sold in Japan.
Might be a surprise, man. You might be surprised when it comes out. The people, man, Switch. The one thing I'll give the Switch community is this: they seem to support a lot of their games pretty well. Like, what was it? Xenoverse 2 sold best on the Switch or something.
I mean, if the games don't suck.
It didn't sell best. It sold more on the PlayStation 4, but it sold over 500,000 copies on the Switch. Which, if you compare, like, if you just look at like install base, that's absolutely ridiculous.
For attach rate. Yeah, for
attach rate, it's just insane. Like that's really good, and not only that, but at a higher price. Like you can get Xenoverse 2 on the PS4 for super cheap, whereas it's $50 on the Switch. So
okay. So overall, the Direct, I think it was pretty. I think it was pretty good overall. I understand why people may have been frustrated, but honestly, if you're a Wii U owner, this probably wasn't for you anyway, for the most part. But I liked it. There's some good games in there. Some I'll get, some I might pass because I've already played them. But I was surprised, honestly, how many people did not have a Wii U that are looking forward to some of these games is more than people think. The fact that a lot of people were asking on Twitter, what's a Nintendo Direct? Why are people so excited? Because, I just got my Switch. What's going on? I don't know if you guys saw that. I saw a lot of people on Twitter asking what Nintendo Directs were because they just got their Switch and they're not familiar with Nintendo stuff. So, I think, honestly, I'm going to say now, I think the Switch audience right now is like 50-50. Like, people who own the Wii U and people who didn't. It's like that, I think, right now. So, you might be surprised how well some of those games sell, even though they're on the Wii U. Originally, so we had that question asked in the chat. Check Iron Radio, that's a game they should bring over. So we had the question in chat. Robert Erickson asked it. Nintendo has a history of doing a full Direct no more than 20 days after their Direct minis. Everyone has done this. So do you guys think at this point a full Direct is coming in the next 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
No.
Okay.
No.
You need to wait at least like a month and 5 days, so that way when it happens, I'll actually be home.
Right.
So yeah, as long as they wait that long, we're good.
Yeah, because you see the other places like the hype's built up a little bit, but I feel like with how easily that mini leaked out, it's a little surprising right now that we haven't heard anything from the people who generally leak these things, unless they held it really close or something.
I'm not trying to be like pessimistic on the topic. The only reason why I say no is because it's pretty clear. To me, it looks like Nintendo wants to do something different from what they've done. Like last year, they showed us pretty much all of their first-party games, right? And then there was just third-party announcements. I think they're really trying to just set it up to where they let us know, like, in a timely fashion when we're going to be able to play games. They don't want to announce a game and then we're not going to get it until like, that all the way at the end of the year. They want to announce it towards relatively coming out in the same time space, within that Q1 or Q2 or, I don't think they want to announce a game like super, super far in advance anymore. I mean, at least in this year, I think they want to just have it. Hey, we're going to have Metroid Prime 4 and it's coming out in like 2 or 3 months, like they did. They announced all their Q1 games, basically, right? Pretty much.
Well, yeah, but look at like we're starting to see some like the rumor about South Park possibly showing up. Somebody sent me a picture of, this is crazy, Metroid going up on the retailer for like March release. I was like, I don't think that's happening, man.
Yeah,
We don't even have gameplay of this thing yet, you know.
not happening.
March 2019. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
2019.
But there's a lot of stuff we don't know, and I don't think they'd be able to cover it all at E3. So it'd have to be sometime between now and then, I assume, for like the online, maybe kind of outline that in its own direct. Maybe they show up and they're like, check out this direct in April that's going to be all about the online play or something like that.
Do you guys think Nintendo would? Something tells me Nintendo might be crazy enough to just like drop the update, like just be like, "Hey,
Really? Jeez,
just drop it. Just be like, hey, this is what it is. You want to buy it?
I
Here you
mean,
go." Maybe they'll have a short video telling us,
Yeah.
like. I mean, something tells me they might do something crazy like
Didn't
that.
they do a whole direct thing just for the I guess the cell phone app, like to explain that to us with like Splatoon?
Did they? Well, it was part of a Splatoon 2 direct.
Yeah.
It was like a small part of the direct.
Let's see. Robert Erickson said 6th place on trending gaming live streams. Oh, there's a soccer playing guy that apparently we kicked down a notch. And there's a GTA player. So he said hit that like button. 593 for likes. Yeah, we tend to I think we're to the point where we just show up on the trending page now for live streams, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool to see that. So it's not long till we take over the world on Saturday nights, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, right. So the direct, it's hard to believe that it could happen, but I'm trying to think of what they would put in there. I guess maybe Yoshi. I'm surprised we didn't hear anything about Yoshi at the mini, to be honest. I thought that was a game that would be out the first half of this year and nothing so far. I was a little surprised that one didn't get shown. So I mean, it's possible, but I would be careful if I were the people out there who are assuming that it's going to happen. I'll say that. It'd be cool, and if it happens, great. But if not, I wouldn't get too.
I mean, is it really
sad about it?
Is it really needed? Like,
I mean, it would be nice to see some other games get announced from Nintendo. Like I said, I really wanted to know about Yoshi. That's one I really wanted to be out the beginning, but I don't know. Nintendo has surprises, man. Who knows? I mean, we're what, the 5.5 months out from E3, so I guess they can fill the next five months or so. But I don't know. I kind of wanted something else, one other game, something big to come out, but we'll see. I wanted Yoshi to come out. That's one I really wanted. It looks good. Yoshi looks cool. Let's see. Still no if direct covered on. What's that? Soaker said OJ still no direct if covered online service. Still no.
I think he's asking if you're still thinking no, since the direct didn't cover any of the online service.
Yeah, that's the biggest question is online service. It was because it got pushed to 2018. We know that. I wanted to hear something about it. I don't know. It looks like it could be cool. If it really is like that Netflix style of virtual console, possibly. But I don't know. I want to see something dedicated servers. Something I think a lot of people want for like an eventual Smash Bros. No More Heroes. That's another one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That'll be fun to see. So, Digital Foundry, you guys saw what happened with Digital Foundry, right?
oh yeah,
We talked about it.
I think a lot of people. Yeah, that's Well, did you see that they did their full apology? They took the video down, and then they reanalyzed it. So they back then when we talked about it, it was still kind of on the fence as to what was going to happen. But it turns out they said, we're sorry. They took it down and then they reanalyzed it. So I guess they admitted defeat and took it down.
But as it's been seen in the history of that type of thing, the damage has already been done. Like they might recover a bit, but like that initial phase, the initial desire from people to buy this thing's already been like just quelled. And now you really want to go back and look at it? Nah, people tend not to care.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
we saw that with Xbox One. They fixed everything, right? But people still just said nope.
It's yeah. Once that gets out there and the word's there, man, it's over basically, right?
Which sucks for an indie developer. I mean, I think going forward in the future, they should really reach out to the developer. Like, make the video. If you're going to do stuff like this, where a lot of it is riding on this for a lot of people to buy the game one another, like, don't just drop that type of video out there. Like, talk to the developer and ask them, hey, is this this is what we saw? Like, and they have contacts with every single developer, So to me, they should really talk with them first. If you're going to drop that type of comparison where you have these crazy dudes out here that are having their magnifying glasses and counting pixels and worrying about, like, if you're gonna do stuff like that, you know the type of response that, I mean, look at Digital Foundry's comment sections. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
bad. Yeah, if you look at it, it's bad. Yeah,
it's way worse than any of ours. Like, people sometimes complain about ours. I'm like, oh, go to Digital Foundry. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's like N4G on like speed. It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. So, and you know what you're releasing yourself to. Like, they know what they're doing when you put out those type of videos. So if you're gonna do that, you need to talk to the developer first. Like, that, in my opinion, that's whack that they didn't at least say something, because it's weird, right? That it's false advertising, basically, what they're accusing this developer of. Like, you're not. I mean, you're talking about this is 4K. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? So you're accusing them of false advertisement, and you're saying, well, we got the proof right here. No, you don't.
Yeah,
because that no, you don't.
The other place, I wish VG Tech. I wish I could remember their name. I think it was that. They found that they figured it out, I guess, and Digital Foundry didn't, that it was dynamically scaling, and they put that out. So it's, yeah, you're right. It's and the effect that YouTubers can have now on a smaller game is amazing, isn't it? Like, seriously, YouTubers can really damage game's chances at selling now, especially one that's larger like Digital Foundry. They're not even like a massive channel compared to some others that could do some real damage to a game. Smaller indie games. So it's I think they're coming up on like 500,000 subs, or maybe they passed it. But like the fact that a channel that size can really worry and concern some of these companies. I mean, I guess a lot of the fans just went straight to them and started yelling at them for being lazy. And I guess if you're a developer who's in crunch time, working 80 hours a week and sleeping under your desk, that might make you a little mad to hear that.
Yeah, they're a little pissed. They're a little pissed off. They're a little upset. I mean, I've talked with a couple of the people, you know, with it, because, like, you know, they're making Redout too on the Switch as well. So and they didn't take too kindly to that. They weren't very happy. They weren't very happy about what went on there, because I was like, it's interesting, because I like Redout. I think it's cool, you know. Well,
I guess this will just be like a wake up call for them to be a little more careful. Maybe, like you said, OJ, just reach out to a developer and be like, hey, is this supposed to be dynamically scaling, or missing something? That's a good idea. Maybe that's something they'll start doing. We'll see. Let me ask you, Sean, I got a question for you. Did you see the Ultra Game Boy at CES?
I did. I didn't make a video on it though, for some reason, but I did.
What do you think about this thing?
It's kind of weird.
Do you want me to read down any of the specs for you or anything for it?
Yeah, go ahead, because I didn't like super follow it closely.
It's from Hyperkin, of course. Right. We know them pretty well, right? I know them pretty well.
That was like 40% of our stock at our store. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of it was Hyperkin. Yeah, I talked to them a lot, actually. It plays Game Boy, original Game Boy, and some Game Boy Color carts. Not all, some. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a firmware thing they can do. I don't know. It's all aluminum, the housing, so it's not plastic. It's like actual like metal aluminum. Actually, I heard that. I thought that was kind of cool. It has original contrast and volume rockers, standard like the black volume rockers. You move up and down. The contrast has a fully backlit screen that has the full RGB spectrum, so you can change the backlit screen to any color you want. From what I'm gathering on what they're explaining, so if you want it to be like blue background or green background or whatever, you can do that. And it has it actually uses USB-C charging.
That's kind of cool.
6-hour battery, and they're shooting for summer 2018 with a price under $100.
I wish Hyperkin weren't a bunch of dickwads and would send me shit. But like,
they don't send anything.
They don't send me shit, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Like, I've talked about your stuff, I've bought your stuff, send me something, and they never do.
They've usually been pretty good about that. I think in the past too. That's surprising.
They hate me. I don't know why. I like it, but I don't know, man. Like, Hyperkin sort of has this thing where they say something's going to come out. And then this is when it's going to come out, and then 2 years later it comes out. You know what I'm saying?
We saw that with the Retron 5.
You say, yeah, and the Game Gear adapter, that thing was delayed for a full year.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. I like the way it looks with the blue background, because it reminds me a lot of the Game Boy Light, which was a Japanese only Game Boy release system that I've always wanted, because I always thought it looked cool. And it looks just like that. Only playing some Game Boy Color games is kind of lame.
I don't understand that. When I was looking, like, how do you know which ones, right? I don't really understand that whole thing. Especially if your screen, the backlight is RGB, so you can kind of move it around as you need to. Like, maybe a certain game has more of the pixels blacked out, and you want a brighter one than like red. Maybe you want a straight up like nice light green or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. That seems weird. I don't understand how you figure that out.
Yeah, that's sort of a weird thing. And plus, I mean, like, how much is a Game Boy Advance SP?
Dude, the AGS 101s are $70. Best purchase you can make.
Yeah,
That's
like,
a really nice backlit screen.
yeah. I mean, you can get I had a guy make me a custom Game Boy Advance, not an SP, just a standard one, but like he put a crazy screen in there. It's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah,
like
he puts the AGS one. I actually did that one time. We sold at the store AGS 101 screen. You can drop them in because they have like the little adapter cables.
yeah.
You drop it right in. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it's cool novelty. It's definitely something I would like, but I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely for the collector. Somebody who's like, well, there's a new retro thing. I'm going to buy it now, right? I think that's who it's for.
I mean,
or maybe
shit, I'm
maybe
going to
for a
end
Game
up
Boy.
buying it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sean,
Like-
you're going to buy it, man. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
They should send you that, though, man. You got the pull
They
for it.
should.
They should send you that. You should just send them an email demanding it. If they don't do that, you should drive over there and demand it.
I have one of the guy's numbers. He's called me before. We've talked on the phone. His name is Terrence. I'm like, Terrence, you piece of shit. Send me something, and he never does.
You know how you fix that? You call him at like 2 a.m. and ask him.
Right?
Yeah.
Every
Drunk.
day
I'm gonna
for a
call him
month.
drunk at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Terrence, where's my game?
OJ, are you into any of the retro stuff? I should have asked you that.
No, I have retro systems, but I'm not into any of the retro stuff that you get. Like
That's fair.
Sean likes. But I do have I have N64. I have a Super Nintendo. I just bought a GameCube again.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
I need to
Yeah,
get
it's
another
just
one of
weird.
those. Mine
Yeah.
kind of died on me, and the lasers are too expensive. I'd rather just buy a new one or
Spot
another
on.
one.
Nice
You know what
clean
I'm
orange
excited about?
GameCube. So yeah, I'm happy.
What was that, Sean?
The Sega stuff that they showed at CES.
Yes, I saw that too. We could talk. You want to fill us in on that, Sean?
So Retrobit and Sega are teaming up, and they are doing a whole product line of Sega stuff. They showed the first wave of products. There's a Bluetooth wireless controllers for the Saturn, Genesis, and Dreamcast. The Saturn ones are fucking awesome because they did like every color scheme imaginable, like Euro color schemes, Japanese color schemes, and the standard black ones. They look like one-to-one replications of the original controllers. There's a VGA box for the Dreamcast.
Oh, they are
There's
making a
S-Video.
VGA. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, there's S-Video cables for all systems as well. And something that's actually a huge deal that I did not realize is a huge deal until I talked to the guys at HD Retrovision is the Genesis power supply.
Oh, they made those.
That's a huge deal because right now, evidently on the market, every third-party Genesis power supply is absolute shit.
Yeah, they're
They
terrible.
really
They're
are, yeah.
bad. Yeah. Wow.
And so they're making ones, and like the HD Retrovision guys, they do those crazy cables for systems and stuff. They're like, you should find out like how they're making it. And so like I was like, I don't know what the fuck this means. So I asked my boys, and they told me what they're doing. I just like, I'm just gonna copy paste this to you. And the guy was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be legit. So yeah, and like this is just from what I've been hearing, and possibly no, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like there's some crazy shit in the pipeline for this relationship.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be, I mean, they could do
Crazy.
some pretty cool stuff, down the road. Do you think they'll maybe get into like reproducing systems and stuff too?
I wouldn't.
I would like that.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
Did they show Dreamcast? They showed Dreamcast controllers there, didn't they?
Yeah, they got white ones and black ones, which is great because I still have my mine is
Bluetooth
the
ones
sports
too, right?
model. Yeah, they're all Bluetooth wireless.
Yeah, nice. I'll be in on that. That sounds good to me. That'd be cool. Yeah, that's CES has been pretty neat so far this year. A lot of stuff that none of us will probably buy for a long time, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, mostly it looks pretty cool for a lot of the stuff you can kind of check out there. I think they had an 8K TV there, 80-inch 8K TV. I think it was like 20 grand or something like that.
Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah,
We should get that, Spawn, man.
it was
Channel's doing good.
it wasn't. Yeah, right. It was an OLED too. I have no idea where I put that thing anyway.
You gotta call the like a contractor to take out one of the walls
Oh,
first.
gosh.
So
Yeah,
they
man.
put the TV in.
Oh man. Do you guys want to talk about the NPD numbers that were strangely leaked out by Aaron Greenberg for some reason? I don't really understand why someone from Xbox is talking about the NPDs, because according to Xbox, sales don't matter. So I don't. Okay, well, the reason they did this is because they tactically beat the PS4 somehow. I don't even know how it happened. Well, no, actually, I kind of know how it happened. But okay, so Sean, did you see this at all?
I vaguely remember seeing it. I didn't really look deep into it.
Okay,
though.
gotcha. I'll help you out here. I know you saw this, OJ, because you talked about it on one of your live streams.
It was hilarious.
Okay, so for some reason, Aaron Greenberg tweeted out that the Xbox came in second place. The Switch was the best selling, but the Xbox outsold the PS4. And then over on Reset Era, they started talking about it more and more. And then someone by the name of Magic Pork brought ratios to the table, because NPD is weird. You can't really say like the actual numbers. They're like under lock and key, essentially. You can kind of be vague about it. You can do what they did here, which was ratios. Basically, if you take the Switch and you say, okay, for every 100 Switches sold, let's say I say 91 for the Xbox One, that means 91 Xboxes sold. So the Switch was at, 1, the Xbox One was at 90.91, so 91% of what the Switch sold. And then the PS4 was at 0.72, or 72% of what the Switch sold. So somehow the Xbox actually managed to outsell the PS4 in December. The Switch was the number one selling one, which we kind of figured after they came to the table with the you remember when they came to the table with the 4.8 million units sold in the United States, fastest selling system in the first 10 months and everything. It makes a lot of sense for the Switch to be at number one, but the Xbox One, 91%, that's actually not that far behind the Switch, to be honest. I was a little surprised to see how close they were.
I just wanted to add, with Aaron Greenberg, like, he was responding to a fan, because he initially didn't say like, oh yeah, we outsold them. He initially just said, thank you to everyone who helped support the Xbox One this holiday. The MP group just reported, and our highest Xbox One December console share ever. Looking forward to big 2018. So he just talked about Xbox at the beginning. And then, of course, a fan jumped in there and was like, hey, well, based on this tweet, the number one selling consoles, either Switch or PS4. And then he responded to that just saying, hey, I was just trying to thank them. Hey, but yes, Xbox was second, PS4 was third, Switch was first. So it was a response. At first, he was just talking about how the Xbox had a big December. That's
right. Yeah. So he did kind of let that one slip. We'll talk about that too. That's a talkie teacher. What do you guys think about the Sony fanboys trying to spin the MPD to say Sony won? Sub to RGT85, everyone. There you go. Sub to RGT85. You guys should sub to everyone on the channel here anyway. Everyone here that you see in front of you. But we're working to rework the SpawnCast a little bit so it's easier to see who everyone is. Evan and I are going to work on that going forward. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So the Switch at 100%. Again, Xbox One, 91% of the Switch sales, 72% for the PS4. So what do you guys think happened here exactly between these sales? I think this is different than what a lot of people expect. A lot of people generally expect, when you look at the MPDs, usually either PS4 or Switch take first place, and then one of those two usually takes second place. Now, last month it was flipped around because the Xbox One launched the X. It took second, PS4 took first, but we expected that because of the Black Friday sales. I mean, they were almost giving away PS4s there for a while.
Yeah, $199.
Yeah, with a $50 gift card from GameStop. Yeah. It's insanity. It means you get a PS4, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn, and still have $5 left over.
Or $189 for an Xbox One S.
Yes, that sale actually stuck around, I believe it or not, in December. So that had a little bit, I think, to do with it. But what do you guys think about this? Because I remember, Sean, you were still very confused about the Xbox brand with what they were doing, but it seemed to at least work for them in December, I guess.
Well, I mean, when you have multiple SKUs, you have a premium SKU and a cheap SKU. The cheap SKU being as cheap as it's ever been, the premium SKU being brand new. I mean, I'm not really surprised. I mean, you have to look at the install base of the PS4. A lot of people out there have a PS4 already. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, not too shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you a lot of people did their holiday shopping in November after PS4 had that monstrous November, because they still had 5.9 million in their holiday season, which I assume is them counting November and December, I assume.
November, December.
Yeah. So, I mean, they did really well. It just seems like they front loaded it. Everything sold in November, and then, well, they're not going to buy 2 Christmas presents. They're not going to buy 2 systems put under their tree. That's kind of what it seemed to entail there, at least from my point of view. Is what happened. This is from Maguara Link. What happened to gaming? Why can't people play for fun like they used to be? Why are people obsessed with 4K resolution, crazy graphic stuff, toxic gamers? I think it's a mixture of visuals with TVs. I think TVs really set this craze up because back when we were with PS2 days, we were still playing on tube TVs. Never heard anyone talk about it. But once we got an HD era with the 360 and the PS3, all of a sudden we were really talking about resolution at that time. We talked about it a little bit with the Xbox original, and I think about it when the component cables came out. But really before then, we didn't talk about it at all. I think the TV market is really what kicked that off. I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but that just to me personally, the way I see it is what kicked it off.
It used to be the same thing. Like back in the day, it was the bit wars. So I mean, that's what you can kind of relate it to. Like, oh, how many bits is? But it like disappeared when developers stopped using bits. So like when the developers stopped, like which would be the 6th generation, was really when that just kind of disappeared. All the systems were the same, you know, for the most part, outside like DVD or whatever, you know, like hard drive for the Xbox. Like all the systems pretty much had the same graphical capabilities with some. Maybe Xbox was the best by a little bit or whatever the case was, but it kind of disappeared. But then, yeah, I think you're right with the whole TV thing, the TVs, that's when it really just kind of came back. But now it's like into hyperdrive, you know, like because it's 4K and all the stuff. So
4K,
I mean,
but we're always gonna be chasing that next resolution. It seems we're talking about 8K now.
Now we're going into 8K. It's always going to get bigger and better. It's just one of those things where I mean, you can ignore it, or you can pay attention, you know, or you can just play your games. So.
I think the only time I really think it's important is if it actually infringes on your fun for the game. Like if I remember I used the Wii U tablet for what game was that? Was it Xenoblade X? I had a hard time reading the text on the tablet part.
The text was really small. In Xenoblade X.
That was like
it was really tiny.
I was like, man, this is
TV too, though.
Yeah, it was tiny on the TV too. They had to release an update to fix it a little bit, but not
I remember that. Like
much.
something like that is like, all right, this is infringing my fun because I actually have to get out a magnifying glass just to read it. But stuff like that, I understand why there are people who are like, I bought this $3,000 TV. I want my console to make it worth it. But you probably won't see it make any of that stuff worth it till next generation anyway. And by then, you'll probably have bought an 8K TV for $3,000 and the cycle continues. But I think HDR is probably one of the bigger things you can actually see on your TV, believe it or not, with a console over higher resolution to a degree. I do think 4K looks pretty cool. What is it? Oh, yeah, Robert Eric said you can always do a Nintendo with no care. Yeah, Nintendo doesn't seem as interested in 4K or VR as Sony and Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't care as much about VR right now either, but Sony does. They just need a better headset because I don't like that headset that much. So NPDs, the Xbox One, like I said, pulled out a win in December. Do you guys think this will go back to normal, the status quo with Switch and PS4 1 and 2? Or do you think the Xbox maybe gets some momentum and going to next year and starts to all of a sudden take multiple NPDs this year coming up?
No. Because what games are you going to buy for your system?
That is always the question. Like, what games came out in December really for Xbox?
I think it was really because of the extra SKU. I think it was because of the extra SKU and the really cheap Xbox One. You know,
but what if it stays at that price?
Yeah, I mean it could. I mean you could still find some Xbox Ones for $189. I mean on some sometimes Amazon will have them $189. Then it'll go up to like, you know, it just depends on the time of the day and you know what seller is they can package with it for Prime. But I mean like I think that it could, like Crackdown could be a game, you know, that comes out. And
dude, we still haven't heard about that. I'm actually worried that it's not coming out.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying when it finally is ready, Crackdown could be that game that can help them win an NPD or beat out.
It's weird because Crackdown was never like back on the 360 days, man. Crackdown was like the AA game of that generation. You know,
it is never like a game.
It's never like it was never that big game. And they're making Crackdown 3. They're trying to make it the big game. Fable was the big game back then. You know, when Fable 2 came out, that was awesome. Halo was, and I have no idea what happened to Halo 6. So who knows what's going on there? Jib Jab says, want to see Spawn clean shaven at 100K subs. I actually shaved every now and then back in the day. We had our store. So that's nothing new to me, but, and
it was weird, believe me.
Yeah, it was weird.
I don't think I want to see that actually.
It was weird. So it's, yeah, I don't know.
It's thought Crackdown sucked anyways.
You know, like I love I like the first one a lot. The first one was fun. I like the second one as much. First one was cool.
I played them and I was just like, eh.
Yeah, I like the first one though, man. Like when you built up your car ability, like your skills, and you got into the car and it transformed into this really cool one based on your skills. Oh, that was a cool idea. But
it's like how you could jump all over the place. Like
when you built up your jumping ability, you would go flying through the.
It reminded me of kind of like, I don't know. I know people don't like this game, but at least I platinumed the first one, which was Prototype. It kind of reminded me of like Prototype.
Evan actually loved Prototype.
Between Prototype and the Infamous prototype always, it was so much more fun.
Yeah, and that's back then. That's what it was. It was Infamous versus Prototype.
That was actually like one of my first videos that I've ever done. It's so crappy too. I did an Infamous versus Prototype video.
Did you play the second one?
Infamous is probably my favorite. God of War and Infamous are my favorite Sony franchises. I've played every single Infamous.
Yeah, but did you play the second Prototype?
Yes, I played Prototype too. Yeah.
All right. My buddy almost made me not play it because he told me the fights were crap. But then when you get to the final map and you're actually fighting things that are on par with you in power, it's so fun.
It's not good. Overall, it's not good, but that part is amazing. The game, there's some amazing parts that like you see in that game Prototype 2 that you're like, wow, this game could have been really, really like AAA good. But then there's just some other parts that are just like, hey, yikes, like what happened, you know?
Yeah.
But I do like Prototype 1 and 2. I like those. I like Infamous. I like all the Infamouses. They're all good. So.
What about what do they have? Sea of Thieves coming out? I don't know how many people are gonna like that though. I watched some of it, and apparently I'm allowed to make a video in the next alpha. I think that's at the end of this month. I'm allowed to do that, so nice. I will do a video for it just to check out the gameplay. But I was a little concerned after seeing what they're trying. Like, there's no leveling. There's no real. You don't really build your character up.
What did you just say?
Like you don't like your character doesn't level. You don't have any kind of like character progression with skills or anything.
From what I'm saying. Leveling?
Apparently not. There's a whole video you can watch on YouTube that kind of goes through the progression. There's really not much. Like, it seems like your character is the same as it is when you start as when it would be like 40 hours from then.
There's upgrades though, right? There's got to be like
they even said like a cutlass now is the same as a cutlass later. Stuff like that.
Sounds awesome.
So I was going through it. And I was like, I don't know. Like I'm a little concerned right now. Like,
I really hope that's not the case.
Dude, you can watch. They have a whole video. You can watch it. The whole thing.
I haven't been watching because I haven't been watching. Just like I don't like. I didn't. I just thought that like when it comes out, I'll try it out. Like so. I just haven't been watching anything on it because. But like, wow.
See, this would be perfect in the new setup where I can get the video and play it right here, so people can see it. But there's So it seems like there's a whole video for it. Seems like the main point of that game is to go out, quest with your friends, which sounds cool. Like, do that, like get on a ship and just set sail and you go find treasure and stuff. But that's all. Then you get the treasure, you bring it back, and you build like relationship with 3 different factions. It seems like. So that's about it. Like, it didn't seem like you actually I was thinking you start out with a really small ship, right? Like, that's terrible. Like, you're plugging holes all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
In the bottom deck, and then you build it up, and all of a sudden you have this sweet like big yacht type boat,
triple layer galleon, tons of guns.
That would be cool.
That's like upgrading though. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the point of going out with your friends when you bring back treasure? What does the treasure do? There's got to be something the treasure does, right? Like, that's what
I was thinking, but I don't know. Like, apparently you take the treasure and then you buy more quests to then go get treasure.
Okay.
To then get more quests. That's what it seemed like. I was like, what am I doing?
It's like Sea of Ponzi scheme. I got it.
Dude, go watch that trailer. It's like a 4-minute thing. It's Sea of Thieves like progression or something. And it's I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing in the game, and I'm gonna try it next weekend. I think is when I can take video.
I'll just wait. I trust your word more. So I want to see when you play it. I'll see what goes down when you play it.
I might swing by, John, just to check it out, because I've always wanted a game like what we were hoping this would be, and if it's not going to be that, I'd rather just avoid buying it.
Logan the Ninja says, "What do you think the chances are for Sports Resort on the Switch?" They could do something like that. I'm actually surprised they haven't announced any type of Wii Sports game yet, because it's probably not super hard to do, and really the Joy-Cons work very similar to the Wii remotes. I don't know. I guess maybe we'll get that announcement eventually. It's kind of it's not like something they want to put in the spotlight, I think, for most of the gamers that are buying it now, but you never know. People, 1-2 Switch did okay, I think, right? It didn't sell amazing, but it didn't sell terribly.
It sold well for what it is, for the quality of the game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you're right.
The quality is not super. Even like Nintendo standards when it comes to minigame collections are pretty high compared to, from what they've done before. And 1-2 Switches, there are a lot of bad games on one, like just very not very fun games at all on 1-2 Switch. So,
Xbox, a Sea of Thieves. What else do they have coming out? Sea of Thieves. Some other stuff. Wasn't there Crackdown?
Sea of Thieves.
We know I assume a Gears is coming out, but apparently there's that rumor that Coalition was working on a new IP. Maybe. I
think that then they did an update saying that they're not working on a new IP.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm trying to figure out what they have.
Gears. There could be there could be like Jade Empire, but that's also BioWare too.
I would like that. Jade Empire would be sweet.
but I think they own I think Microsoft owns the rights for Jade Empire. So I mean, maybe there's a Jade Empire that maybe they reveal.
I think that one's backwards compatible, isn't it? It might be.
Man,
On the 360, it is. It's,
okay.
I think it might be on the Xbox One as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I've already played it twice. I played it once on the original Xbox, then played it again on the Xbox 360. So
the new State of Decay.
Man, I hope State of Decay. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that'll be fun. I just hope they don't make everyone wait till E3 again for announcements. I hope they try to get some done in like the next 2 months or something. Like announce that Fable, man. Get it out now. Just tell people it's coming and then show it at E3.
They'll probably make a new system before they announce some new games for it.
I played the Fable.
I
played the Fable game at E3 a few years ago, and I thought it was pretty good. I don't know why they canceled it. To be honest, like I thought it played pretty well. Like the Fable game that they were making. I don't know why they canceled it. I played it for at least about a good, because there was nobody in line playing it at the Xbox. For some reason that year there was it was the same year that I met Maximilian Dude and we were playing the Turbo Tunnel for the Rare Replay came out that year. I talked to the Rare guys when everything was there, and like there was you were just able to play all the games. Like there was like no wait for anything for some reason in the Xbox booth that year. I think it was 2014. And it played good, or 2015, one of those two. I thought it played good, so I don't know why they canceled it.
Let me check this out. As Chronic Mids says, is Rainway's decision to make the Switch the first thing you see in their first look video a good one? Still not confident they secured the app there. I don't think they've secured the app, but I think because their app is, as they said, system agnostic, it doesn't really matter because it could eventually work on the Switch either way. Their trailer was actually pretty well done, to be honest. I was okay with it.
I don't like that guy.
Somebody could like homebrew it in like with the whole thing that's been going on and stuff too. So I mean,
it runs in a web browser. If you can get a web browser up and running, it'll work.
Yeah. So I mean, regardless, I think people are going to find a way for it to work on the Switch. So
I played this is from Barrettx. I played a Pirates of the Caribbean MMO back in the day, and it had leveling classes and the ability to buy bigger and better ships. I don't remember ever playing that or seeing that. There was a Pirates of the Caribbean MMO.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Oh, Evan just destroyed that. Okay. Great. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that was the only other super chat. Oh man. Yeah, what was the game we played, Evan, for a little bit? Was it
you and me played Arcade. Oh, we played Alods. Yeah, I've always wanted a game like this because Alods had the eventually you get a ship.
We just wanted the ship stuff, man. That's all we wanted.
I want that so much because
like you got a level 40 or something to do it. I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. I guess I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I even tried Black Desert. Had the same thing, and the ocean was a little bit more interesting, but like it's still just no one ever.
I can't believe there's not a good like pirate type MMO style game where it's like Sea of Thieves could be cool if they actually made it more RPG like, more stuff to work towards, building your ship. Like there's so much stuff they could do with it.
There is going to be that game from Ubisoft, the Bones or whatever, Blood.
That
one looks cool.
But that's not like what we're looking for. There's already a game on PC out in a similar fashion called Tempest. It is fun. It's hella fun, but it's more focused on one person controlling a ship, PvP aspects. There's a little bit of PvE with sea monsters and stuff, but
yeah. But like the idea of that is everybody, there's like 6 or 7 people on the ship, right? And everyone has a station. Somebody's manning one of the cannons, maybe another person's doing the other. Somebody's actually at the top of the crow's nest looking around, giving you like a nice like field of view. Somebody's steering, and then somebody's getting ready to swing across and start hitting people with their sword and stuff. Like that was the cool idea. That's something that I think Alods and Arcade did, right?
Yeah. Alods had the 3 stations on the ship for all like the scanning and navigational stuff. The captain's seat, which was actually in the front of the ship in a little dome, so you could actually look around that way. People on all the guns, and there was a spot in the middle where you could jump from ship to ship and fight on the ship, so you could steal their treasure, steal whatever they were getting from the dungeons out there and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want, man. That'd be fun, but I don't know. I don't know why no one will do it. I was hoping Sea of Thieves would be that game, but after looking at that progression system, I don't think it will be. I think it'll be something that's more arcadey, more catered towards, I guess, the easier to, I guess, approach and play crowd.
It definitely the pickup and the casual. I mean, if nothing upgrades you, then I could play the first day and then a year later, and it would still feel the same. Then that
seems to be what they're shooting for, to be honest.
What's the point? What's the point of playing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still kind of like shocked that I'm hoping maybe they add a light one in, man. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you can check it out. But so the Switch took the December. I'm not really. I don't know. Some people were surprised, but OJ, you said people. I saw this too. This was kind of funny. N4G is an interesting website. I'll say that. Sean, are you familiar with N4G at all?
Oh, of course.
Okay, I feel like a lot of people are. If you've done any press work or anything, whether it's on a website or YouTube or something, you know N4G. It's been around for a long time, I will say that, and it's gone through its phases. I remember for a while there, it was a 360 site when the 360 was doing well and the PS3 wasn't, and then it seemed to flip this past generation because the PS4 is now doing well. It seems like whenever one system out, just over has a heavy population advantage, that's what happens, that they take over. In this case, though, people seem really concerned about the PS4 coming in third place. Now, listen, Sony's not used to being in third place in MPD. This is the first time I remember them in this position in a long time. I mean, man, this is, I don't know if I've ever seen this in this generation, them be in this point.
But there's still like, what I don't understand with the N4G is like, what's the point? It's just one area. It's just the US.
Yep.
In Europe,
they own Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, they own Europe. There's no reason to rush there and complain and rush there and make up all sorts of weird. I have a video where I'm ranting on this later, so I'll say
really?
Yeah. But I mean, it just numbs my brain. It's like, why? Like PlayStation, it's like PlayStation does so well. I don't understand what's the point of going in there and bringing up the weirdest things, like people making up the weirdest scenarios, saying, "Oh well, PlayStation has outsold it for the whole year to Switch," and it's like Switch came out in March. Like, you're comparing the whole year's sales to a system that came out in March compared to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they'll mention like scarcity of stock. Like people will sit there, it's just so weird. I don't know. I think it's counterproductive. Like when you're looking at like the sales are so close. Like even for the December month, it's tens of thousands of units. It's like literally nothing,
I just don't think they're like, well, I have to say, from looking at it, the Xbox fans seem to instigate it some, I will say that. But it's interesting because they all did well. It's just that the PS4 just sold everything in November and then didn't sell as much in December.
The Xbox fans are like those redheaded stepchilds at times. They've been getting beaten. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people just been like picking on them and about everything since the generation started, obviously because of what happened. So sometimes, they get a little upset and they go back. It's like a never-ending tug of war. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, like I said, I've been on M4G for a long time. I don't comment as much anymore, but I thought it would be like a fad that people grow out of. But this is like going on a decade now of never-ending console war, like a decade of this stuff, like back.
Yeah, we used to argue on the playground about that Sega and Nintendo.
I used to argue with my friend in college, but then eventually we just said this is stupid. Like we stopped arguing, and like one of my best friends we used to always argue about it. Then we just said this is kind of dumb. Why are we arguing about stuff? So I mean, it's just seems weird to me. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the PS4 did well. I do think I thought about this the other day. Sony might be running out of people to sell the PS4 to. I mean, they have over 70 million sold now, right? I mean, they're going to run out eventually. I mean, I wonder how many they actually have in the United States. It probably is over 20 million at this point. And I mean, if you really look at the PS3 sold, 80 something million. So they're coming up on the PS3 lifetime. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people. I mean, how many more people do you sell a PS4 to at this point? Do you hope that people upgrade to the Pro now? Is that what's happening? Because more the gaming market, really the audience has like things like cell phones and tablets to gravitate towards now as well too. So
I don't know.
There's
a lot of people that already have the PS4. I mean, I think the only thing that's a little bit like worrying, maybe not worrying, but like it's like when you put the PS4 at $199, maybe people are expecting that too. So
that's true. I mean, it was so cheap on Black Friday. Like I said, I think a lot of people bought it then, and then they were like, "Well, I don't need to buy it now for Christmas." Because if you look at software sales, the PS4 easily took the software sales, which makes sense. They have the largest install base. You would hope them to. Yeah, it was by a lot too, so that makes sense. But hey, who knows? Maybe people don't need to buy PS4s as much now, and maybe because their Xbox One is at like 38 million, we think, or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of room to make up there, so maybe they do sell well because of that. And the Switch has a massive audience to keep selling to, so. I can see the Switch continue to sell well, especially once Pokemon hits, it's over. So
once Pokemon hits,
dude, it's over. Once Pokemon hit, that's it. That's the end of it. So we'll see. I'm still curious if they're gonna have two different versions or one. That's the thing. I'm still curious.
They're gonna milk us. They're gonna do two. They're gonna. I think they might even go even more hard. I think they might do three. Honestly, I think that they might do three. They might do three versions.
Wow, three.
Yeah, I think like usually they do three versions anyway. Like,
that's true.
But they usually wait. They usually wait for so you'll have like Pokemon blue, red, then yellow. You know what I'm saying? Or Pokemon black, white, then Pokemon black, white 2. You know what I'm saying? Like Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. You know, so I mean, like, am I stupid? But I buy all of them, so it's just like, you know.
That's the thing. They're gonna get people will buy. They could put 2 different versions at $60 a piece, and the fan base will buy both. They will buy them.
I haven't been buying like Pokemon. Like I didn't buy Pokemon X and Y. Like I didn't do that just because I was like, no, I didn't do that. But for a new system, I'll get a double pack because they always do double packs, you know, and I'll do that. But I haven't been doing that lately. But I used to do that. Like I did it with Red and Blue. I did it with Diamond and Pearl. I did it with Diamond and Pearl Platinum. I used to do it on the DS, but I didn't do it on the 3DS because I contained myself.
Wait, Sean, did you play a lot of Pokemon, or did you get out of it at one point?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played one since Pokemon White.
All right. Well, okay. I thought you were going to say something like Silver or Gold, where I got out of it. All right. Well, it's fine. that's a couple generations after me. I'm excited right now to get into Pokemon when it comes out on the Switch. I'm genuinely excited to get back into it. I've told people before I can't stand the 3DS screen after going to the Switch. It's so hard for me to go back to the 3DS screen. So I don't really want to play anything on there as much anymore. Now, if this Zelda game, this rumored Zelda game comes out, I'm going to have to go back and play it. But I'm excited for Pokemon to come out because I think we'll get a nice looking screen with the Switch, decent looking, visuals and everything, and I can play it on the TV. So I will go back to Pokemon, and I will be horribly confused the entire time, but I will try it.
No, you'll be fine. Press the A
Dude,
button.
I saw a Pokemon that looks like a chandelier. I'm in trouble.
Ghostfire.
Okay.
Chandelier. Yeah, that Pokemon's in Pokken Tournament too. Pretty good Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be asking what is that every single time I go into like a battle on the grass.
it's a Ghost and Fire Pokemon.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so it can't get hit by normal moves or fighting moves, but it can get hit by it's Ghost.
That's right. Yeah, they had that back on the Game Boy too.
There's some similarities so there's still some basic stuff. But like the dual types is what might trip you up the most. Like when you think that something it's like effective against it, and then it's not. I mean, I know that tripped me up when they really started adding like dual type Pokemon. That tripped me up when I first got into it.
Are there any fire and water types? That would trip me up horribly.
I think there must be.
That makes no sense.
They always have something like lightning and ground where you're like, how?
They do have a lightning and ground. So I'm thinking I don't know which one would be fire or
Somebody
water,
tell me in the chat there's a fire and a water type Pokemon together.
I don't know if there is that one. We'll see.
That's an extremely confusing Pokemon then. Evan, you said we have some questions in Discord. You want to hit us with some of those since we got about 15 minutes left?
Yeah, just a couple. We have one asking about where is Pikmin 4? Because, I mean, it was talked about back in 2015.
Pikmin 4. I don't know, but that could be another AA type game that could be shown at E3. It might be like, remember how when E3 came around this past year, we had Metroid Prime and then Yoshi followed and kind of got forgotten about there for a minute. I see Pikmin following up a big announcement as that AA game that some people will like. Other people will be more excited about, I don't know, whatever big announcement happens otherwise. But I do think Miyamoto likes Pikmin too much. I think to leave it behind. So
I did find one fire water Pokemon. It's
people are going ham in chat about it. Volcanion.
Volcanion. It's a mythical Pokemon. It's a fire water, has the ability of water absorb. It's genderless. So it's about 5'7", it's 429 pounds. It's a big boy.
It's genderless, so it's extremely confusing. Then fire water genderless.
Yeah, it's a mythical Pokemon, so no gender, level slow.
Wow.
Base experience 270. It's a huge 5'7", 429. Be a good defensive end or something, or defensive tackle. The NFL. So yeah, There you go. There's one.
They exist. That is impressive. A fire and a water type, man. All right. What game did this get introduced in? Let me see. Does it say?
Probably one of the more recent ones.
Kalos region.
Generation 6. Is that what that is?
Yeah, Gen 6.
What game was that in? Gen 6. Is that like X and Y or somewhere in there? Trying to just figure out what I see X and Y. Oh yeah, X and Y is Generation 6. Yeah, it's also Generation 7. It says Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Cool. Yep, X and Y. People are correcting me in the chat. Thank you very much. What were the questions, Discord, Evan?
Only I guess a couple minor ones.
Go for it.
Wondering if the controllers near you, OJ, are organized by color.
I didn't know. They're just organized. Sometimes my daughter organizes them for me. She'll put them in. Sometimes she picks the organization, but no, they're not. Like there's a black, there's a white one, there's just two. But yeah, she picks them up and organizes them. So whatever she likes, that's kind of how they're put together. Yeah, they never thought about that.
Fair enough.
And I guess if Nintendo does another like crossover game, kind of like Mario and Rabbids, what would you want it to be? Sort of like something from Nintendo plus what?
Ooh.
Wow. So any type of crossover. Yeah, like I would like a Fire Emblem and like Final Fantasy, something like that. That would be like what I would want. Some type of RPG with another like Fire Emblem and another type of RPG. Kind of like Nobunaga's, or what was it? There was like a Nobunaga and like Pokemon crossover that they did one time on the DS.
Those are I'm trying to think, because Rabbids and Mario in a XCOM style setting is extremely unlikely. I'm trying to think of some unlikely pairings right now.
I would personally like that, or even like like any type of franchise, like Captain Falcon, F-Zero, and like some other like RPG or something like that. That'd be cool too.
I'm gonna go with Star Fox mixed with Metal Gear Solid.
Wow. Okay.
It's completely out there.
Yeah, man.
That would be the craziest game I've ever. Yeah.
There you go. See,
would like Fox be like sneaking around like in a box or something like that? Like, how would it play? Like, what would be the
why not,
the premise?
man? I'm trying to think of how you do that, because you could do like maybe how like they did Metal Gear Acid, or they did that strategical stuff. But then again, that's what Mario Rabbids is. I don't know.
What would be the genre first? Let's just start with like
the
basic.
I would like to say I almost want to say like a third-person style game like a Metal Gear, but you want to throw something in from Star Fox.
Well, Star Fox has a third-person like shooting and adventure.
Yeah, you could add that. Yeah, you could do like an adventure style game with Star Fox, like Star Fox Adventure style.
Yeah, or even like Assault. Assault had on foot sections with third person, so it's not like it's out of the realm for Fox to be doing that.
I mean, hey, a wormhole already opened up in Metal Gear Survive, so why not?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How do we get zombies in here? You just write down wormhole. That's like the answer to every question. This says Robert Erickson. Thanks for the Rabbids suggestions. I think that's. Would love if you could say my handle. I'm gonna have to try to Rebella Bobbin. Do you guys see that? I'd love if you could say my handle. This is from Robert Erickson. Rebella Bobbin. I think I got you, Robert.
Rebella Bobbin.
it's in one of the super chats. How about a Bully Persona crossover? Whoa, that's interesting. That's something else.
That's interesting. Bully and Persona.
Man, what? Any other ones, Evan?
Bully and Persona makes sense. Actually, I'm thinking about it more. That would totally make somewhat sense. School settings, Yeah,
you can do that. Actually, you're right.
Make it more of an open
maybe he like
travels.
Maybe he like travels to like Japan or something. And
like a foreign exchange student. How about the bully dude comes to Japan and is having issues because of fitting in? Like I'd be totally down for that.
Who controls this from Riku? Who controls what screen is the main screen? Google does that.
Yeah,
yes.
Google controls that.
Google controls that. Steven says Rabbids X Trauma Center.
Okay.
I don't think that would go so well in like this surgery room.
Oh yeah, those Rabbids would be
the
freaking
Rabbids
out.
all over the place.
Yeah, they'd be freaking out.
What was the other one you had, Evan?
I guess we just got another one. These are mostly becoming speculation questions. Like, will Nintendo make another Mario Golf game?
They better, and it better have a campaign, and it better be like the Game Boy Color one. Not even the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color one. I like the Game Boy Color one a lot.
I think they'll make another one. I don't think that's too far-fetched to think that they're going to make another one.
Yeah, just spends more time with it. I feel like the Mario Tennis we had before on the Wii U, and maybe the other one. I feel like they just didn't spend that much time with it. I mean, honestly, there's enough stuff coming out. Spend a couple years on golf and make it really cool.
The Mario Golf game on the 3DS was actually not bad. I would just wish it had like the one like the GBA, like the type of like RPG.
Yeah, like it was like an RPG, like Golf Story, man. Go buy Golf Story if you want to play that type of game. It's there. It's already out.
Think of what if Nintendo did their own kind of Golf Story, but with Mario, it would be even better. I mean, because they just have more money to invest. I mean, like that's the only thing the 3DS Mario Golf.
You know what you do? You go get those people and you hire them to help you build it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be awesome. Just add them to the team. Anything else, Evan?
Looks like about it.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. Anyone want to finish up with questions from the chat for the last couple minutes before we close out here? Let me know if you see anything good in the chat. We'll turn focus to that. And See what everybody's talking about there. Let's see.
Zelda and
Anything
Dark
good?
Souls.
Like in that Def Jam Vendetta and Rumble Roses.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, I miss Def Jam. I wish it was like how it used to be. Like it got really bad. Have I seen NES Maker Kickstarter? I have not, but I saw people talking about it on Twitter, and I might look into it because it looks like it's a cool idea where you can build your own like NES game without having to code, which is cool. That's a neat idea.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how easy it's going to actually be for people.
The thing of it is that they were at Retro World Expo, and for some reason I just never stopped by their table, and they were showing that off at Retro World Expo because in their little Kickstarter video they showed like someone playing around with it. I was like, oh, son of a bitch! I should have stopped by there.
They have a Kickstarter here. They're shooting for a goal of 32,000. They're at 16,872. This is a great tool, by the way, because it looks like, from what I'm seeing right now, just looking on their page, it looks kind of similar to RPG Maker on the PC, but it looks like it's just aiming more towards NES games. So it's very drag and drop, it looks like.
It is. And the
That's
modules
really cool.
are a cool thing too. I hope they hit. Although it's kind of weird that like I would think the shooter module would be easier than like the platform module, but like the shooter module is like 80 grand.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. I would say, is it really expensive? That's what I was looking for here. I see their pledges. Let's see. Pledge $88 or more. Oh, you get an NES Maker software just for that. They also give you a Kazoo USB cartridge. I actually have one of those.
Yeah, the $88 one is the best one and probably the
blank reflashable cartridge. I think I still have a reflashable cartridge. By the way, Sean, that's what's in your Street Fighter. They put that thing together for like $20.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I sent me a picture, and I was like, I have that cart. I have that flasher. It's a USB flasher, so you plug it into your computer, and then you just put the game into it. There's no soldering needed, and it just flashes it. That's all it is. Somebody opened it and sent me a picture of it. These are Steel Series RGB headphones. They're actually not bad. They're pretty cheap at Walmart. I think they're like $40. NES Maker software, $88. That's not bad. Or the $36 gets you just the software.
Right, and the 88 one, it's like $100 after shipping, comes with everything. But I mean, that's still not that bad.
That's not bad, man. I assume they don't have a demo or anything for it. How can they give you a demo? I guess.
Right.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a shooter module for 80,000 if they get there. That is a neat idea. I hope it does well, and I'll tell you why I hope it does well. If it does, we could see a ton of NES games start showing up. By the way, homebrew ones.
Yeah, anyone can fucking make one.
That is so cool, man. I hope that works out. I might make a video on it. That is really neat. What else do we have here in the chat? We have another 5. I have no idea where Shaq Fu is for the Switch. They took them forever just to fix Playgrounds, so I don't know. It was supposed to be out.
Playgrounds is dope though, and it jumped up on the eShop charts too because of the enhanced edition.
Yeah, got up to like number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah, Shaq Fu is supposed to be free. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mario Maker is a game I would like to see on the Switch. That would actually, I think, be a big game to move over. So many people want that game on the Switch. GTA 5, yeah, I do think GTA 5 is coming on the Switch eventually. If they don't, I feel like they'll do another direct before E3. If they don't, I guess E3. That's a game though I think is a no-brainer from Rockstar to move over after Eleanor actually sold pretty well. So, is there any type of games missing on Nintendo platform? Simulation racing like Uncharted. Oh, is there any type of games missing?
Yeah, like a genre, I guess, or like a style of game.
I was gonna say something like like not Uncharted, like a strategy RPG like XCOM, but they filled that in. Battle Royale, like a battle royale that's not like a shooter, like a battle royale shooter, I guess, because they have the Kirby one, right? Yeah. That they just filled in, but like get on the new trend, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like a battle royale type game. They still need more, like I would say, like first person shooters. I mean, we got Doom. That's true. We're getting Wolf too, but I mean, like more stuff like that would probably be like maybe what they can get. Like
I guess that's what Metroid's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, like action game too. Like we don't got anything like Devil May Cry. Like Bayonetta's coming, but like something new. Bayonetta 3's coming.
Oh, so, like, that's what they need. They need a skateboarding game.
Yeah.
They need Skate 3. Where's Skate 4?
Did you guys see that interview with like one of the developers of like Tony Hawk or whatever it was, or like Skate? He was like, yeah, the suits don't want to make skateboarding games
Yeah,
anymore.
I put that in a Newswave because I thought that was such a good interview.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the old Tony Hawk games. I love them. I really liked Skate 1. I liked Skate 2. Skate 3 was okay.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Oh, that game was amazing.
Oh, it's actually one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. It's
up there in the ratings board. It's like one of the top rated games of all time.
At the time that it came out, it was revolutionary. Like it actually got me to start skating. That made me say, I want to skate.
Yeah,
me too. I went outside, I fell down, and I was like, I'm gonna stick to video games.
I saved up and I went and bought a skateboard at Wavelengths, and I skated for about, I'd probably say about 8 or 9 years, 8 or 9 years before I stopped. So
I will say this: after watching that interview, I actually started watching skateboarding stuff on YouTube. So I was like, I kind of want to look at skateboarding stuff again, and there's no games. So I'll start looking up like skateboarding stuff on YouTube because there's some pretty cool channels that do skateboarding stuff. And now I'm like, maybe I should go buy a board. And then I'm like, I don't want to hurt myself.
No, don't hurt yourself. I was like, should I go get my board? I still have my board. Dude. I was like, should I just try something? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna hurt myself.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking riding that shit when I move. Like, I don't want to ride. I'm just gonna ride that shit to the grocery store or something. I don't care.
Well, no, I'll skate to like the CVS that I have. I'll do that, but I'm talking about like actually doing tricks. You know, I know you used to skate too, right, Sean? Like,
oh yeah, dude. I peed blood for a week, getting fucking. I remember this is a bad story. We went to high school to skate, a local high school. Well, it's like 40 minutes away because it was a really nice school to skate at. Like me and like 5 of my friends, and I drove, and they had like this nice little 5 stair set. You know, they weren't too long, they weren't too short. It looked really good. So we're filming shit, and like, you know, just warming up, ollieing down it, whatever. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna stick a heel flip down it, and the board went straight up, and it caught me in the balls and the dick within 5 minutes of being there, and I'm just like on the ground like screaming.
YouTube was born.
This of course was before YouTube, when we could have fucking made a bunch of money, and it was so bad. Like I ran off into like the side, and like I had to pee, and I was just like peeing blood, and I was like, okay, we need to go. Everyone was like, no man, we just got here, and like nobody would leave, so I had to like sit there for like an hour while everyone's skating, just like wiping away tears and shit. I broke fingers, dislocated my knee, broke my nose. Yeah. And the worst part was my mom would never give a shit. Like I literally broke my nose skating. Like I fell and like busted it, and like I had black underneath my eyes the next morning. I was like, Mom, I broke my nose. Shouldn't have been skateboarding. Have fun at school. I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yep. And she never took me to the doctor or anything. Fucking bitch.
Yeah, I was I don't know. That'd be fun to try out again, but like I said, I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, my legs are like a battlefield. My legs are so scarred from just the board just kind of hitting me in the shins and everything. My legs are ridiculous. Like
we actually have a skate park here in Elkton too. So
I got one 2 minutes from my house.
Yeah, like there's skate parks around us. Like there's a lot of them actually. There's one in Glasgow on 40, and then there's one like 5 minutes from me here that I could probably walk to if I wanted to, and then Evan has one right near his house. So they're everywhere out here. Skating is actually pretty popular in this area, believe it or not.
That's a nice little ghetto park, 7th Street Skate Park. But I like.
Oh, is that by you? Are you gonna start skating again, Sean?
Fuck it, might as well. I wonder how far this is from my house.
Right. I'll get a skateboard.
Yeah, I'll rework mine.
I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna skate it on the
We used to have a Van skate park, and they closed it down, and it made me. I literally cried when they closed it down, like a year and a half after. Like it came here like in 2000, and then it closed down like in 2002 or something.
This place there's a place 2 miles from my new place.
There you go. See, you get in with the in crowd there with the skating community. There's I know there's a skate shop around here on like Main Street, I think.
Yeah, there's one near me. Yeah, like that one's 3 minutes from my house.
It's been around forever, man. It's been there so long. I might look into it again, but like some of the channels on YouTube, like that's the thing. Back when I was trying to learn how to skate, there was no YouTube. There's none. I had to like figure out how to do anything by myself or by the local people around you.
Yes, yeah, I skated with the people in my cul-de-sac. They, and I would buy skate tapes. Yep. You'd have to just buy skate tapes and look and say, okay, well, this is what this guy did. Like, hey, you heard about this kid, Ryan Sheckler? He's like 5 years old and he's already better than everyone.
Yeah, now there's like, dude, you can go on YouTube and be like, how do I do a kickflip? And it's like, seriously, like a 2-minute thing. And then they walk you through everything for free.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I wish I had that. How am I going to do a kickflip, kicking my board and hitting myself in the face? Actually worked.
I wish I had a lot of things when I was younger. I showed my my nephew, who's 6 right now, the tube TV I have here, and he could not figure out why it had that back. He was absolutely confused about why the tube TV was the shape that it was. So yes, it's over. it's yeah. I mean, there's gonna be a time where you explain to kids at some point in the future what a time was like before the internet existed.
Yeah,
it was a dark.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I explain that to my daughter when she's watching certain shows. She's like, "Hey, did you watch the show?" I'm like, "It wasn't around."
Yeah.
Although we were watching Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and that was actually around when I was a kid, but they have a reboot on Netflix. So I was like, "Oh, that was around," but this one's a lot funnier.
Be Righteous jumped in for the sponsorship. Thanks, Be Righteous. Appreciate it. Cool. Yeah, I still like that. That Avatar's cool. The Cuphead one. So I guess that's it then. It's a couple minutes over, but fun night. A lot of stuff we talked about and everything was a good time. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna go down the list here. We'll everyone give their sign out here. Let's start with OJ. Where can they find you, man?
Oh, what's up? Yep. Thanks for having me here. I do appreciate it. You can find me PlayerEssence right here on YouTube. That's where I mainly operate, or Twitter, also at PlayerEssence. If you're just interested in a lot of Japanese news, Nintendo stuff, Japanese RPGs, action games, stuff like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, stuff like that. If you're into that stuff, yeah, check out the channel, PlayerEssence, right here on YouTube.
Sean, RGT85, where can they find you, man?
You can find me at RGT85 on YouTube, Twitter, maybe Sean Long 85. RGT85.com has all my social media links and stuff like that. Yes, it links to a Wix page. No, I don't care. It was $10 for the domain, and I just linked it to a Wix page.
That's
so deal with it. But yeah.
And then Evan, where can they find you, man?
Link it in chat, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Kimmerich Project. If you're, for some reason, in the Delaware area, there's a convention tomorrow I'll be at doing commission work and stuff for illustration things. That's going to be my day tomorrow.
It's like a comic convention, right?
Yep, comics and whatnot.
Cool. Very good, very good. Is there anybody that's live right now, guys, that you want people to raid? People are asking in the chat if there's anybody that's live. You can let me know if there's anyone.
Let me check real quick.
People are bloodthirsty in the chat.
I got
this one might be good. The Rageaholic is live right now. So
who do you have, Sean? You have someone as well? I'm sorry.
I have a local YouTuber who's actually pretty decent.
Local YouTuber, you say?
NES Addict, yeah. Small channel, but he does good. I'll put a link to his stream in the Hangout.
NES
if you want
Addict. That's fine. Yeah, NES Addict. There you go. He's playing what's he playing? Mario 3 right now? He's playing Mario 3. He's got a couple. He's got subscribers. It's 12 people in there. Do you guys want to go ahead and raid him? Tell him Spawn Wave sent you, and go ahead and I dropped the link. Everybody, go ahead and hit that. See if you can jump his number to 100. He's at 12 right now. So give him some love, guys. Say Spawn Wave sent you. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. SpawnCast episode 41, right, Evan?
Yep, 41.
41. If you want the full video now, you can check it out on Patreon. Evan will probably post this pretty much right away, I think. And then the audio, of course, is up on SoundCloud, iTunes. Go there, rate us, leave reviews, all that good stuff. We're going to try to get on Google Play, I think, at some point. Right? I think we're going to try to make that work.
Yeah, we got to look into stuff.
So go check all that out, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you next Saturday night. Same time, 9 p.m. Eastern time.